And okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of whatever this is, playing old games and talking about philosophy. And we're about to get started with Majora's Mask. Let's see. Um, okay. Oh, I need my controller plugged in. Duh. I am joined with my good friend. Is it Lou or is it still King Lou?
Lou's fine.
You lost your royalty title.
Yeah, I guess.
So we're gonna play. I might be able to stream into the Discord call for you to see it in real time as well, instead of having the delay on YouTube.
That might be good in case I see some kind of iconography and you walk past it before I can say anything.
Should we just try and go with the YouTube then for watching? Or do you
if
want
you,
me
if
to?
you can share it to me, that'd be great.
Yeah, let me try and share it to you. Because I already have OBS running, so I think I can share multiple.
Must have a beefy computer.
I do. It's the most expensive thing I have.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I share this? I can share my screen, but it's not on my screen. Why did this happen?
You'd have to capture OBS, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how I can share that.
Yeah.
Um, share OBS. Okay. I think this is gonna do it. Oh no, it's just showing the OBS. It's not showing the software.
Okay. So it comes with a game screen, so it's serviceable.
Yeah, but still, why would they give me? I don't want to show the actual software.
Maybe you could maybe there's like a crop option. You can just zoom in there.
Maybe. I don't know what's going on with my Wii here.
I can actually zoom in on my mobile, so that's cool. I've zoomed right into the game.
Oh, okay.
What's the delay like between
It's maybe
yes.
3 to 5 seconds for YouTube. It's Oh, now it's working. Okay. And let me see what the kind of oh, it's perfectly. There's no delay on the what I'm showing you through Discord.
Cool.
But I should be able to just show you what's being captured. So
It's great that I can hear the game actually.
Oh, good.
I think that's pretty cool.
I hope it's not too loud. I don't. I'm limited on what I can do with the audio for this because I got two different things plugged in.
Oh, your mic is glitching out a bit for me, but hopefully it just.
My mic is what?
It's a nice resting place.
My mic is what?
Sorry, your mic is cracking up a bit for me. I think it's just.
Okay. Oh no. Well, now that the game's running, I'm going to do a little bit more audio testing. So let me mute my mic and listen to what's going on with the stream. All right. It sounds like we're pretty okay on the stream side of things, so we'll be able to talk over the game.
I might have to watch on YouTube because I got disconnected when I was watching.
Yeah, it's Discord isn't very good for this.
Yeah, it's not. It was just nice to be able to hear the game audio because otherwise I'm hearing you twice.
Oh yeah. Well, let me.
I could, you know what? I could pull up my laptop and call you from there. It's probably better.
See, now the issue I'm having is it's a little hard to hear you with the game music. It's fine on the stream, but coming through my headphones, it's all the same volume,
Yeah.
and I can't seem to find where to turn that down. So this is a this is kind of how I expected the first run of this would go. A lot of audio problems because that's kind of how it goes.
I'm sure they're working on some kind of software where AI balances everything for you.
Right. Let me try this. We'll get into the philosophy soon, I promise. That's not even connecting. Okay.
I'll join on Discord once my slow laptop finally comes up, and I'll be able to join
Okay.
Discord stream now.
Hmm. Just let me know when. I'm going to use this moment to copy and paste some links for maybe get some viewers.
Yeah, I'll text around to my boyfriend said he might join and come over as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, how about this?
I'm afraid to join the stream until my laptop's ready.
No. I mean, look at Discord. I might have figured it out. Is that any better?
Oh yeah, that just captures the game. Pretty great. Yeah. I'll close YouTube and hope that I don't disconnect again.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that might work for us. What was the last thing I wanted to do?
If I disappear, it's just cutting out.
Okay. It's been a long time since I played this. Oop.
I think you go to delete first.
Reese. Yeah, Reese. I hit it on the stream, so everybody listening, I'm just deleting my old files that say fuck ass and all right. All right, new guy. Normally, I just write Link, but
How about Phil for philosophy?
Phil, I love it. Phil. Perfect. Ugh. So I'm guessing the majority of people who would end up watching this, which will probably be upwards of 20,
Hmm.
will probably have already played the game. Maybe not. I don't know. But
Oh yeah, so I was going to tell the story about my boyfriend's experience with this game. He played it when he was 7,
hmm.
and he only got up to where you first face Skull Kid,
Oh, okay.
and it said it took him so long that he couldn't beat the final boss. He never actually experienced the game. He only played it
Oh
as
no.
far as I could see.
To be fair, this game came out when I was 12, and it was difficult for me to get through it. I mean, it took me years
Right.
of playing it. I didn't beat it till I was an adult. You know, I went back and played it again.
Yeah, I definitely used the walkthrough for my actual first completion of the game.
Yeah.
It's just old games, you know? Bit cryptic, don't hold your hand too much.
Right, right. Well, I always liked it's so it's so different from other Zelda games, and
Yeah,
it's very Alice in Wonderland, you know.
yeah,
Like they use all the old assets from Ocarina of Time, but they did it in such a way that it because it's kind of like a down the rabbit hole thing. You're okay with seeing the same characters as different people.
yeah. Well, and it has its own implications that, you know, has been spoken about many times before in video essays.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's Terminus or where people go to die.
Right. It's like purgatory or
Yeah,
whatever. I don't personally. My personal take on the game is that it is another place. Like I feel like, or maybe it's
yeah.
just the hallucination that happens when you go into the Lost Woods and become a Stalfos. You, your mind goes to
Yeah.
some other world. I don't know.
Which there is the confirmation that Link is the dead hero from Twilight Princess.
Yeah, yeah. He's that Stalfos character. Um,
Yeah,
so that's so it's so sad because um, that means he eventually just went into the Lost Woods trying to go back to his old home. You know,
yeah.
knowing
Well,
what
to
it.
find Navi, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe
So
just trying to be a
he,
kid again, trying to be take
yeah,
things back to where they were. I imagine he grew up and aged, and when he was old, because you see him as like a big knight in Twilight
yeah,
Princess. I imagine when all of his adventures were done, he just resigned himself to going back to the Lost Woods and just willingly became a Stalfos.
yeah. He could have had a whole nother adventure or something,
Right,
and then just gone back looking for Navi.
right, right.
It's also his relationship with Skull Kid is reflected in Twilight Princess as well.
Yeah, there is a version of him. I mean, I guess this would be the same one, right? Are there multiple
Yeah.
Skull Kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, you see them in Ocarina of Time. It's theorized that the one from this game is the one that you give the mask to.
Yeah. Well, he says in Twilight Princess, he's like, you smell like that somebody he knew. I don't know. Why I remember that. I don't remember much of Twilight Princess.
Hmm. I actually never finished it. I got to the.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a kind
I
of a
think.
cut and paste of Ocarina of Time, structurally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's fair. By then, the Zelda formula was kind of solidified, and I actually don't. I don't much care for the new games like Breath of the Wild. I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
There were things I liked about it, but I couldn't get over like certain controller stuff. You know how Nintendo sets up its button layout, and I didn't like that your weapons are constantly breaking.
Yeah. The first time around, I definitely got into the whole like improvisation aspect of it
Yeah,
and stuff. But then the second time around, when you just want to get on with the game, it is annoying every time because at that point you're not like actively seeking weapons. You're just sort of looking to get through the story.
right. I just found myself holding on to weapons I didn't want break, and I'd never end up using them because I didn't
Yeah.
want to ruin them.
Just get the Master Sword as early as you can and try to
Yeah.
throw it when it's not active.
I haven't played the latest one. But that's okay. I'm old school Zelda person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching this scene when I was a kid and being like, "What is happening?"
Yeah. I think that those triangle symbols there are kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's like a broken Triforce, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing I like. This it's what makes this game my favorite one. Is there's a lot of symbolism that's kind of left open ended,
Yeah.
so you can interpret it how you want. But
One of my favorite discussions around this game is the fierce deity and like
mhm.
what he means, what his relationship to Majora might be. Sort of there's an implication of like a long history of Termina, but then it's like what even is Termina?
Right. I don't think they released a manga,
Yeah.
but I don't believe it's considered canon,
No.
which is fine. You know, honestly, personally, for me, Zelda is not none of it's canon to me. Like they introduced the official timeline and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I always just looked at every game as as a different legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Myths are passed on and become, I didn't look at it as a chronological history of anything.
One of my favorite pastimes or even hyperfixations over the year has been Zelda lore, and so
Yeah.
I have this big sort of unifying theory that relates to Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I won't get into it if you haven't played the game, but
You can get into it. You're not going to spoil anything because I probably won't play the game. Please do.
uh, so, so in Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda is sent back into the past
Hmm.
when like the kingdom is first established, or there's argument around that because it's established by a king who isn't Hylian. I think is like a different iteration of the kingdom or something.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Um,
That they're what's his name, Raru.
yeah,
Like that's for me. That's the sage in Ocarina. You know.
yeah. What annoyed me is as the game was coming out and people were talking about his character model, they kept referring to him as things like a dragon or a fox or whatever. I'm like, he's Rauru. There's clearly owl elements.
Yeah.
I think of them as the owl people, you know?
Yeah. There's definitely contradictions within like the timeline and the lore and whatnot, which is why I think it'd be better just to leave it all up to these are all just different myths and legends. Because
Yeah,
like in Breath of the Wild, they have the Rito, is that or Rudo? Who are the the bird people? But they're supposed to have descended from Zoras, but they're still Zoras,
yeah.
and it's just confusing. So I don't
Well, that's
know.
just in the Wind Waker time. Yeah, it's confusing. There's like an idea that they can either evolve or exist coincide together.
Yeah.
There's ideas that the Rito might exist in Ocarina of Time. It's just that your journey never takes you to their domain. You know.
That okay. Yeah. Now this location
Um,
always kind of creeped me out. The
yeah.
endless abyss and the Deku Butler's son over here.
Which is that a thing that was like confirmed? Because there's
It's
unique
the
stuff that
probably the most. They make it kind of explicit in
on
the
purpose.
end credits when the
Yeah,
butler's dad is like crying in front of it. It's pretty explicit.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, oh yeah, that's the explicit part. I think the implicit part is the fact that you're embodying the sun, right?
yeah, it would be his soul, right? Because all the masks are made out of a soul.
And he says, "You remind me of my son."
Yeah.
That's kind of messed up.
So it's like he was just
But
wandering through the world right here, and then the Skull Kid just tore his soul out of his body to make to enchant me with.
yeah, which I was going to mention and say it's interesting because all the others die. I think you see them die, don't you?
Yeah. Well, you don't see Darmani die. He's just a ghost. But
Yeah,
the
but they sort of
I
die
can't
of
remember his.
not necessarily natural causes, but like
They failed at
they have
whatever they were
regrets
trying
for
to
their
do.
death
Yeah, they have
as
regrets.
opposed to being killed in order to become a myth.
Right. Why am I seeing all this? I know. I know how to play. It's strange, but the way you look right now sort of looks like this tree. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, sure is strange, Tattle.
It's kind of creepy though. It's like, do you think that's what happens to Deku when they die? They just kind of turn into a tree. I
Some
wish
people would
we.
argue that the whole forest is the Lost Woods,
Yeah,
just been grown differently.
there's not a lot of Deku Scrub lore. I mean, they show up in Ocarina and they show up here. I think there's nowhere else, is there?
No,
Maybe one of the.
not as important.
Yeah,
Like in some of the 2D games, they do show up as just like merchants.
yeah, yeah. I wish there was more to them, like, because I love the. They don't really have a culture in Ocarina of Time, but here they have like a culture and a realm all to themselves. And
Hmm.
this guy,
I think one theory I've heard is that the Happy Math Salesman might be a version of Link in the same way that Link Between Worlds, what is it, Ravio,
mm,
is the low rule version of Link, and he kind of acts like the Happiness Salesman.
okay. One theory I heard was that he's the a descendant of that tribe,
Yeah,
which is why the children inside the moon look like who are wearing all the masks. They look like little versions of
yeah.
him. I don't know. I know he's Shigeru Miyamoto.
Oh yeah.
Like they modeled him after that.
I've actually never heard that before, but
Oh
now that
no.
you say it, it's
Yeah, when they were first making the mask salesman for Ocarina, they're like, let's put Miyamoto in here. He's always smiling. But he's kind of weird in this. He's almost like supernatural in his movements, and
yeah,
at the end he just kind of
like that.
fades away.
Yeah,
I am gonna try and play as much of this that I can remember, uh, without looking anything up.
I'll
Um,
certainly help if I can.
yeah,
I'm happy to be around for the subsequent stream.
cool. I appreciate it. And as we see things that remind us of philosophical things, we can just comment on them.
Hmm.
Um,
I did want to mention the music
hmm
because it's something that's kind of to me it's like a common knowledge thing, but I don't know how aware other people are. But that song of healing is a reverse of the Lost Woods theme.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like you fall down into the abyss, and you're basically in the reverse version of the Lost Woods.
Oh, I had no idea. That's
I can.
cool. So
I don't know how
Link
well it's
really
translated.
is just he really is just in a coma in the Lost Woods somewhere, being transformed,
Possibly.
and this is his dream world,
Fever dream.
which is why he sees all the people he met.
Yeah.
Yeah, this first part's I played this first part so many times I don't even need to worry about figuring anything out.
I do have my keyboard here, so I can just illustrate if it comes up on my microphone. I can illustrate a bit the music.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Let me know if
They have this game easily has my favorite Zelda music too. Um,
yeah, me too.
have you ever listened to? There's this. I don't know if it's a group of people or if it's one guy, one musician. Have you ever listened to a Theophany?
Rings a bell.
He like is redoing, remaking all of the Majora's Mask music. He has two albums right now where he
Yeah, I
reimagines
probably
it.
have because
Oh,
I messed
it's
around with
so great.
yeah. There's one I like that it turns. I think he's done most of the games so far,
Yeah.
and it turns it into it turns it all into like dark fantasy music.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I need to go to the ferry, get the bubble, pop the balloon, get into the observatory. This was hard as a kid when you didn't have the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
But now I can just look up how to get every mask.
I usually go for the ferry first, just save time.
I did.
Saves all the work.
Yeah, I
Right.
did.
Okay. I was sorry, I'm on keyboard.
No, you're good. No, I had the same thought process. I knew exactly where it was going to be, so why bother?
Yeah. Can you hear my keyboard at all?
No.
No.
But I in my headphones, they might be able to hear it on stream, but my headphones, I'm almost overwhelmed with the game music, the game sound.
Right.
It should sound okay on the stream. I hope it does.
We'll see if I can pull up the stream breaking again. Just see what the chat's saying.
Yeah. Oh, there she
Oh,
goes.
the only person who's put anything in chat is my brother, and he says the dude that's not playing is very quiet, can't really hear him. So my brother is referring to me as that dude.
Oh, are you very quiet? Ugh.
Might be. He might be fucking with you, I don't know. My brother's a fun person.
Well, I might have some. Let me look at my Discord settings, make sure your incoming is. I got you up pretty loud. Let me turn it up a little bit more.
I'm gonna disconnect my headset real quick and see if that helps you.
That's fine. I'm gonna mute my mic and listen to the stream, see what I hear.
Okay. Oh wait. Should probably keep my headset on for the time being, because there might be a disparity between me taking my headset out. See if you can hear the keyboard as well. I'll play something.
Okay, let me test this audio, see how my mic sounds with it.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Could you say something?
I was just asking if my audio sounded okay when you were testing.
I'm gonna look right now. Let me see.
Oh, okay. I'll also test see if you can hear the keyboard at all.
All right, I think we're perfect.
Cool.
So that should we should be good now. Did I lose
I'm
you?
gonna take out my headset for a second. Just see if you can hear the keyboard through the speaker on my phone.
Okay.
I've gone to max sensitivity, see if that makes sense.
Well, you sounded good before. I fiddled with some settings and it sounded like you were louder. So yeah.
Can you hear my keyboard at all now?
I can't hear it, but I got the game playing in my ears.
Yeah.
I could listen to the stream and see if I can hear it.
Yeah?
Alright, I'll do that.
Sorry, I don't want to harp on this point too much, but just so you've got the Lost Woods theme, which is so that if you reverse that, you get. And there you go. The Lost Woods theme becomes the song of healing.
No, the game audio is too. There's too much. But we can wait until the end when.
Yeah,
the
sure.
game's done. Check it out. Okay, so talk to this kid.
It's always random for one game, but it stays the same for the whole game. If I remember correctly.
What's random? Oh, the number? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I tried writing it down when I was a kid and using it and having to do all this.
I like how they built in the notebook function for the 3DS remake. What do you think of that, by the way?
I played it a little
Since
bit.
you're
I
playing
didn't quite care for it, but I like the look of the Nintendo 64. Yeah, I like that look.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I find the colors a little off-putting.
Yeah.
On the N64 version.
Oh yeah.
I'd like it to be a little more vibrant, but then again, with a game like this, it kind of weakens it.
Like, I'm a big Shadow of the Colossus fan, and they've remade that several times.
Yeah.
And I definitely prefer like, the old school look for certain things.
Yes.
Although I love what they've done.
Yeah. Oh, I had a blast going through that on the PS4 version with the photo mode and all the filters and stuff.
Yeah.
Get some stunning
It's
things
definitely
out.
more beautiful. I like the way Wander looked.
Yeah.
They gave him like a baby face.
Yeah.
And it threw me off. But I might.
That's
play
such an
that
interesting game.
Oh, it's in my top 5. It's up here with this one for me.
Yeah.
Talk about like esoteric open ended.
Yeah.
Being
I found it so interesting how there's a whole world that it's never called attention to. The game never encourages you to explore, but you can just like find jungles and things.
right. And there's weird things in the world. Like, did you ever find any of the goats?
Like salamander thing? Oh no. No, I never found a goat.
Like images of goats, almost like goat kings. I think four total have been discovered. There's probably more. And you'll just happen upon them. I've never seen one on my own playthrough, but they'll be like carved in the side of a rock or something. And I've never found all of the coins for the
I think the PS4 version calls attention to it, but the fact that you can like grab a bird and take a little bite as well.
Yeah, you can grab fish as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Didn't even know you could swim, to be honest.
yeah, kind of. You can't really dive. You kind of just go to a certain depth. Alright,
there is a cost to the way you do, but apart from that, like I never thought to jump into an open body of water.
There's also there are tortoises. They're rare, but you can occasionally find them. There are, the salamanders, obviously. What am I missing?
Did you check behind the slide?
Yeah, I got both of them in this one.
Oh, the steps, the sort of bazaar area.
Where's that? Is that over here?
Where the dancing women are. It's
yeah,
if you
I
go
got
back
him.
to the.
I got him.
Yeah.
That's in the west.
I think there are two in that area.
Oh, okay. I only got one.
Yeah, there's one that hangs around the women, and then one that's further down the steps.
Yeah. I don't know. I came down these steps.
Yeah. I might be thinking of the 3DS version because I have.
They do change at night too. They're going to be in different areas, so.
Yeah.
Maybe around.
Is there one in the pond area?
Maybe at night. He's not around here. Oh, you know what? He might be. I think he's hiding inside in a box.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Oh, on the roof of the inn.
You're right. Yeah, it's been a long time. Oh.
There's I swear there's always one that you forget about. I was just going to say as well, Shadow of Colossus with the salamander thing, I think that's the reason why every time I play a game now where there's like small critters running about, you know, like rabbits and stuff, I always try and see if I can kill them in case they give me something.
Okay, you can't hide behind the dude.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time it's ever happened.
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
I've never experienced that. I played this game a lot. I've never had this much difficulty catching the guy.
That was well in.
Only you were human. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Alpha, the Omega, and everything in between.
Yep. poor kid has to sit here all day, doesn't get to play with them.
He's got an odd hat as well.
Oop, what am I doing? I hit the wrong button.
They should make that as slow as the Zora King in Ocarina of Time.
Oh no.
Dude, I've got 5 hours left to save the world. Get out of the way. Yeah. There's a few instances of that throughout the games, I think. I struggle to think of another example though.
My favorite theory about this game is the Tower of Babel theory, where it's like stone tower, like kind of like represents like the Tower of Babel kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they went in. I can't remember where I read this. Some guy had laid out an entire theory about it. They went into like the textures on the statues are the only part of the game where you see the Triforce. And they're like licking it. They removed it in the 3DS version.
Yeah, they did. I thought that was odd.
Yeah, but his theory
they did a
was,
similar thing. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, his theory was like that would be a blasphemous thing to do, so that the goddesses punish Termina by sending Majora's mask into there. I mean, it went into all this other stuff, but it was interesting.
Yeah, so the Tower of Babel idea is that kind of like they tried to build a tower that would reach heaven.
Yeah.
And because they were trying to become like gods, God disperses their languages so that they can't cooperate and finish the building.
In this case, what they according to the theory, is they were trying to reach the gods, so the goddesses inverted the tower on itself. That's why it flips upside down.
Yeah.
And there's like that portal you go to that takes you to the boss. It would have been up in the air, you know, a portal to heaven. Whereas in this case, now it becomes a portal to hell.
Right.
I like the theory a lot. I should look into where I read that.
Yeah. But then that symbolism of licking the Triforce is that kind of like, I guess, sort of like the eating of the apple in the Garden of Eden. Yeah. It's like trying to obtain the power.
Well, not only are they licking the Triforce, but you would only see this if you can see the bottom of these statues.
Yeah.
Which you can see in the stone tower when you flip things. So it would be facing down, covered by the ground that it sits on, which would be the blasphemous part. Because you don't see it. Nobody in Termina seems to even be aware of the Triforce. There's no symbols anywhere.
You do get the Hylian shield, don't you?
You start off with it. You came.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, waiting game. Not really. I'm just going to dance with the Scarecrow.
One of my favorite things that Zelda does is that in subsequent games, I guess like this with the assets, takes what was already there and messes around with it.
Yeah.
So like on the Hylian shield, there's a loft wing, which obviously didn't exist as a thing until they made it a thing. But it's like, oh, you know, the legacy of the loft wing is there, right there on the shield.
Right.
And playing around with the music. So the Lost Woods Song of Healing thing is one thing, but then you've also got one of my favorite examples is the Kakariko Village theme from Ocarina of Time is reused as I forget the name of the island, but the first, you know, the main sort of town hub island in Wind Waker. They just mess around with like they mess around with the rhythm a bit, but the melody is exactly the same.
That's an old melody. That goes all the way back to Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, so
Okay, it was still Kakariko Village then, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, even Zelda's Lullaby shows up in Link to the Past.
Yeah, and Zelda's Lullaby is reversed as the goddess theme in Skyward Sword.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't play Skyward Sword. I know the lore.
Yeah.
I think I tried playing it once, but I didn't enjoy it very much. I love Zelda, but there are definitely plenty of Zelda games I'm not interested in.
Yeah. Skyward Sword is one of my favorites, and I know that's like a controversial take.
Yeah, nobody likes that game. Hey, if you get joy out of it, then you're the winner in the debate.
Yeah.
Like
I liked it so much that so I lost my Wii at one point, and that's when it came out, and I wanted to play it so bad I ended up emulating it, but I didn't have a Wiimote, so I ended up binding the slashing to the right stick.
Okay.
And that got funny when you get the instrument, which is a harp. You're supposed to play it like back and forth with the remote, and instead, like just as it goes blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that's one of those games that like I don't know. Nintendo is so gimmicky. It works for them sometimes, but sometimes it hurts them. Like they can't really re-release that game without the controllers,
Yeah. Good thing the Joy-Cons have the whole motion thing.
Yeah.
I think they did actually end up doing that and binding it to the right stick, but obviously it wasn't as janky as trying to emulate it that way. Yeah, you're right. Like the 1-2 switch thing, trying to sell that for like full price of a game when it's just a demo for the things that the Switch can do.
Right.
Crazy.
They've always been gimmicky. Like everything has had a gimmick. Even back in the '90s, they had VR. Like they tried to do virtual reality. I mean, good on them for always trying to do a new thing.
I was convinced for a while they were going to turn the Switch into a VR headset because I think they like patented a thing that looked like you would take the thing out the dock and then slot it into the front of the headset.
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought they were going to go for that. When they had things like the Nintendo 64, like before they were working on Majora's Mask, they were working on DLC for Ocarina of Time that you would slot as a second cartridge onto the first.
Oh yeah. But they've always had like their plans are usually a lot bigger than what they end up being able to pull off. Like I remember the GameCube.
Yeah.
The bottom of the GameCube was just covered with ports for things that they thought they might do in the future.
Yeah.
There was they're pretty ahead of their time on a lot of stuff. They were the first ones to have a wireless controller. The first ones to have more than 2 players available.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, the Nintendo 64 was they had 4 slots, and none of the systems.
I guess Mario Party pioneered that then.
Yeah. What they ended up doing is they forced the other consoles to adapt to the things they did. After that.
Yeah.
After they did that, then PlayStation 2 released some adapters so you could have 4 controllers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've always been like that. But sometimes it really doesn't work for them. Like the Wii U is terrible.
Yeah. I think it's an undervalued console, but yeah, at the time.
Well, I thought it was just very poor hardware. They were trying to keep it. I mean, they did it for price, so it wouldn't be this $1,000 console. But when you live in a world full of smartphones with touchscreens that work really well, and then you play the Wii U and you're like, oh, this is like not the same technology.
Even the Switch touchscreen is not great, and I never play a game that requires it.
I don't have one. I don't have a Switch. So.
Yeah. I have a Switch and a Switch 2.
Okay. Alright, I gotta... Yes.
There recently closed the shop for the 3DS, so I had to buy all the Zelda games and all the Pokemon games before it closed.
That's another thing I don't get. Like, they won't make a lot of their games available for like download, which is so dumb because people would pay it. But they hate if you emulate anything. It's like you're forcing us to do this.
Are you a Pokemon fan at all?
Not after Red and Blue.
Yeah, fair enough. That is a completely fair opinion.
I was really into it as a kid. It's a fine game, but I just didn't keep up with any of it.
I was just going to mention that with the eShop closing down on the 3DS, the only way now to get a Celebi is if you happen to own, what is it? I think it's Crystal. If you happen to own Crystal before the shop closed, that's the only way to legitimately get a Celebi without an event.
Alright, I guess we wait now.
We should probably we could get back to talking about the game.
I wonder what this symbol
Especially now that we're at the...
I think it's the sun.
Could also be a lotus.
Yeah.
Rebirth. A new day.
Yeah. Oh, now I wish I had watched that video about Buddhism in this game, because I know there's a lot of mandala imagery.
Yeah.
A lot of circles.
Oh, the clock thing that's turning above you right now is one.
Yeah, that's definitely mandala.
I've never actually taken a close look, but it looks like the moon's there on it.
Looks like what?
You hate the way it looks like there's a, I don't know, there's a circle within it. Let's see, that turns with it. Is that the moon?
Oh yeah, that's a moon. Like a moon, like a crescent moon with a nose and an eye. So
that looks like some kind of creature, like with like crab claws, like trying to pinch the moon.
Yeah.
Maybe the Zelda world is on the back of a giant crab.
Well, and it's not the first time that they've introduced the concept.
Yeah. Oh, I know Link's Awakening is definitely one of my favorites. I think that's the one where like I had to take any, I'd take that, which is funny because it's simultaneously the most Zelda and least Zelda game.
It's a very, I like it.
Yeah.
I played it again a few months back on the Switch, on my friend's Switch.
All the Switch versions are good.
The only thing I didn't like, and this is unique to me. When I was a kid, I don't know why, but I was really obsessed with this game mechanic that I wanted to try out in Link's Awakening, where you could go around and take photographs of different things. I don't remember why I was like so obsessed with wanting to do this, but for some reason I had bought the player's guide before I bought the game, and that's how I learned about it. I'm like, oh, I really want to do this. But there were two versions released of the original release. One for the original Game Boy and one for the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that game mechanic where you go around and take photographs of stuff was only in the Game Boy Color DX version. So I remember being so disappointed playing through the game up until that point, not being able to get the camera from whoever, and just never putting the game down and never playing it again. Then I decided, okay, I'm going to go back and I'm going to play it on the Switch, this remake, and actually finish the game. But it also doesn't have that game mechanic in the
Yeah, that's true.
So I was disappointed all over again.
I started learning how to speedrun the Switch version.
Yeah?
With like exploits and stuff, so there's a thing where you like blow yourself up and you end up on the back of a fox. Which
I know speedrunning.
It's great.
I'm not a speedrunner, but there's something to be said about people taking things they love and challenging themselves as much as possible in unique ways. Like, I like that we've turned games into new games.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is why I always love a game that is sort of built around that kind of thing. Recently I've been playing Dragon Quest Builders.
Okay.
And that game's really good at like kind of hand-holding you through the experience, but at the same time encouraging you to be creative. So like it'll ask you to make a certain type of room that you still have creative freedom.
Here's some symbolism. He was just calling for the 4 giants, and that is a very different concept than Hyrule's, where 3 is like a magical number.
Yeah.
In this world,
Which is
4 is like the spirit, the like a divine number more. So, which given
this feels like
everything.
This feels like arguing over Christian semantics, but you could argue that 4 is an important number if you take into account the Tetraforce and whether or not that exists.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it, not just from a symbolic, numbers have always had magical connotations to them. But you see 4 show up in this a lot. I mean, the different parts of Clocktown and the different areas of the world are the cardinal directions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Clocktown, more like Compass Town.
Yeah. Let's go, kid. I think we're our friend after that. And then there's like the broader theme in this story of like trusting your friends and I love that scene.
There's pain in it, isn't there? There's pain in this.
Yeah. And a lot of creepiness.
Yeah.
It's slightly disturbing too. Just fitting for the.
You're actually sitting on that clock face, which I never really thought of.
Is what?
You're sitting on the circle that we were looking at earlier.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so here's the It's hard to see.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to see it.
Yeah.
It's a stretched out JPEG.
What I'm thinking is, on the outside there, the outline, everything's kind of pushing towards the floor, which is making yeah, that's the bit that my boyfriend probably never figured out. So how do you beat him?
You use the one weapon you're supposed to learn before you get there.
Yeah. That's like a lost art now, is learning through, like tutorializing in a way that you get the experience and then you have to apply it.
Yes.
As opposed to just, here's how you do this thing.
Yeah, Nintendo had I think they, in spite of what I might think about how they do business these days, they're very good at structuring games that teach you while you play in ways you're not aware.
Which is arguably what they tried to do at Breath of the Wild, and like crushing people with rocks and stuff and playing with the environment.
Like even on like the old Mario side scrollers, like you would see enemies. They would be placed in such a way that you would see what they do before you get to them. You wouldn't have to die to find out. Oh, this will kill me. Like they would do things, and then they would ramp up the complexity.
There are whole video essays on just the World 1-1.
Yeah. Oh, and they put Zelda in here, so it's technically a Zelda game. I totally forgot to use my vaporizer. Guess I can turn it on now.
Got my own ocarina here and playing along.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta say, you definitely asked the right person for this.
I'm at the what?
You asked the right person to come on the stream with you today.
Oh, no, I'm glad. I've been wanting to chat with you for a while. I mean, we didn't have to do it on stream, but I figured I was doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And do you play No Man's Sky anymore?
I recently reinstalled it and just tried to get my head around my save, because it's one of those games where for the first 5-6 years of its lifespan, I would keep coming to it like every summer and have to start a new save. But I feel like
Yeah.
at this point, you know, I remember how to gather resources and stuff without having to be told again.
I've gotten heavily involved in Ghostlight's
Yeah.
Discord and group. We've been doing a lot of cool stuff outside of the parameters of the game. Like right now, we're kind of doing like a D&D campaign almost in the game.
Oh, that's
So we're doing challenges. There's like dice rolls in Discord. Well, we're always looking for more people if you want to. I know you came.
Yeah.
You did the race with us, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
It was a fun time. I just I think I was a little pressured with stuff at the time, and I just didn't have time for it to be.
We've been doing a lot of stuff. Pretty fun. More fun than I've had playing the game on my own.
Yeah. I kind of treat it like an MMO, you know, like I'll do everything I can and then wait for big updates and then do everything that's involved in that and leave it again for a bit. Is that the same symbol that's on the clock? It's kind of like a simplified version of the sort of shape.
They're definitely clocks. I don't know if that's what it showed though.
I forgot about this scene.
I've been here before.
Deja vu, bro.
There used to be this company that made really well detailed. They're not toys, but like figurines. And they made a Skull Kid one that was like $400.
Oh, damn.
I wanted it so bad, but they discontinued it years ago.
I've always wanted on Etsy. They have all these really good handcrafted Majoras masks. You know, always wanted one that I could just remove.
My best friend made a stained glass Majora's mask out of stained glass. It was so cool.
Was it what, flat image or?
Yeah. It was just this big. She got into stained glass stuff. I didn't know what to make. Like, oh, make Majora's mask. For one of my favorite games, I really don't play it that often. I play Shadow of the Colossus a lot. Play and replay.
I think the games I value most stay with me so much that sort of there's only a need to play it when, I don't know, when you feel the need, you know?
Right.
Like for me, it's games like Hollow Knight has become that, Undertale.
I have Hollow Knight. I played it. I enjoyed it, but it hasn't drawn me in the way I would hope it would from what people have said.
Yeah.
And I had this problem where I put it down for months and then I don't know what I was doing, so I start over. So I'm like, I'm stuck in limbo on this.
When I bought that game, I think I only had enough money to buy that game. And so I sat down with it and I was like sort of in a bad state, you know. I was like, I just want this game to pull me in, and I just sort of let it.
I'm aware of a lot of the lore, and I love it, and I know people talk up that game. Like, I know it's good. I just can't.
Yeah. I've been like that. First time I played Undertale, didn't appreciate it whatsoever.
Okay, yeah. I've never played.
And then it became, it became one of the sort of most important gaming experiences for me. And the community that surrounds that game kind of ruins it. But
Yeah. Excuse me. I might get a little spacey here. Just remembered I had some weed.
yeah,
So if I space out, I'm not bored.
it's boring.
In fact, I'm too interested in whatever's
Yeah.
happening. Did you ever see the short film?
Yes. Yes, I did the 3D
Terrible
animated
Fate?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. The music for that's available as well as like just the track because they orchestrated it very well.
I have a concept in my head. Did I talk to you about this? I think we were
Go for it.
writing back and forth. For anybody that isn't aware, Lou and I, we don't know each other in real life. We met through a Discord, and we really hit it off talking about just lots of stuff. So we would go back and
Awesome
forth
people.
with ideas. Did I talk to you about my idea of the era of art we're living in?
I don't think so.
Well, you know how there are different eras like Baroque, the Renaissance, there's different eras in art history. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
And I have this idea about the era we're living in, and it's one where, metaphorically speaking, the canvas that we're using is previous media. Like the things I see coming that the most creative people are making art, they're taking something from the past. Maybe it's nostalgia, maybe not, but they're reinventing it.
Yep.
And like that's
Could be the
the
idea.
art era we live in. It's this reinvented era. I don't know. Do you see that being a thing that you notice where it's like what we were just talking about, that short film? That's a great work of art, but it's predicated on previous art.
Well, and there's a whole conversation nowadays, gaming-wise, in terms of remasters, remakes, and I've seen enough of this.
Yeah, well, I put that in kind of a Jungian. I look at that in a Jungian way, where there's like a shadow side to it. So we're living in this era. The good side is the creativity is fantastic, especially on the internet. Memes are an example of this. Here's a movie image you all recognize. One does not simply go to the kitchen to get whatever, and that meme. But then there's a shadow side to it where you're getting the overabundance of nostalgia bait and reboots, and that would be like the shadow side of the same era that we're living in. Because I don't really like a lot of the remakes, reboots, sequels, and prequels and all. It's just, I'm over it. I want something original.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the good
What would you
side
say
of
is
things-
What would you say is the last original thing you experienced, game or movie-wise? Then?
I wouldn't say game-wise because games are still kind of, there's less of that happening in games, but movie-wise, and it's not original anymore because there's been a bunch of sequels, but movie-wise I would say John Wick. In terms of
Even that you could say it's taken.
In terms of a new franchise,
Sort of a subject.
Because it kind of franchised, it became a bunch of sequels. But in terms of like a single solitary, movie that couldn't have a sequel, just on its own. Maybe Arrival. Did you ever see that?
I haven't. I'm aware of it.
I would highly recommend it, especially for you.
Is that?
I mean, you would get it. Like it would speak to you.
Is that a Nolan?
No, is it Villeneuve? I gotta look it up. I want to say it's the guy that made the
Oh yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. You're right. You're right.
yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 and the new
So
games.
visually
Yeah,
you'll
visually
be
stunning.
okay. It's very good. But it's conceptually it's great. It's about language. It's not about an alien invasion. It's more about language and how human beings interact with language. Because they're trying to translate what the aliens have to say.
Yeah.
Really good movie. But it's like a one and done. There's not going to be a sequel. There couldn't be.
Yeah.
Not to say a studio wouldn't try to do it, but I mean there have been but that was a long time ago.
I'm feeling sorry for
Okay, I gotta get back to this cutscene. Homeboy's been shaking me for 20 minutes.
I feel like you have to spend the next 3 days just coming down from that before you do it.
Right. But a good example of this era that I'm talking about would be you brought up Pokemon. Go on YouTube and how many animations of weird Pokemon stuff, either making fun of it or parodying it or I mean I look at parody as a love letter. You love the thing you parody. It's not insulting, but there's just so much of that stuff. I was watching clips on YouTube, and I watched. You know who Pete Holmes is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a bunch of his like X-Men. They're the X-Men sitting down and getting fired by Professor X. But that's an example of this era we're living in. Like he's taking something we love from the past and just reimagine. He's making. It's true world building, but in a non-canonical sense. It's they're people who are creative, expanding things. I watched this great video about the rise and fall of The Simpsons, and
it's become a derivative of itself.
Yeah, but the guy who made it, I don't know if you're familiar with Super iPad 4. He made a follow-up video, which was about all the. What was that?
We're just in the same corner of the internet, right?
Yeah. But this is what got me started thinking about this stuff. Like it was just an expansive how fans have made it something else on the internet, and it's like we're enriching the things we love while also destroying them with the studio system of Hollywood to a degree. Just taking properties and it's like I don't want a remake of Back to the Future. I like Back to the Future the way it is.
Here's the thing, so
It's the good with the bad.
I don't know why, but talking about this concept, I'm thinking about the use of collecting packages.
It's gotten a little bit difficult for me to hear. I'm sorry.
I'll try turning off my.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's might be the game. You've just gotten very quiet for some reason.
Is this any better?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just I'm having some trouble. Are there sound settings in the game here?
I don't think so. That wasn't really a thing.
Here, I'll just pause it because it muffles it. I want to hear what you were just saying. I missed part of it.
So talking about this concept of like derivative art, I guess. I don't know. Do you give it a name in this concept?
That's the thing. I haven't come up with anything.
Because calling it derivative is also maybe not the best because it kind of sounds like it's calling it.
Yeah, derivative has a bad connotation, a negative one.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't call it derivative because it's so expansive in so many ways. It's two sides, but it's.
It just got me thinking of they recently released the like 5 Metal Gear Solid games. It's like a pack, and sort of like
I heard about that.
And I haven't played it yet, but it's got me to wondering what they do with Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear Solid, and when you get to, I forget his name, the gas mask guy who.
It's been decades since I played those. I can't remember.
On the PS1, he reads your cartridge and he's like, "Oh, you like to play this game?" And
Yeah.
you know, I wonder whether they've updated that at all. So they'd be like, "Oh, you play Overwatch or whatever." You know,
You
like,
play Overwatch. Maybe. I don't know, man.
see that
I've
I feel
thought
like
of
that's the only right way that you could
yeah.
the game out again.
Yeah. um I
I
haven't
love meta things like that.
yeah. Um I haven't thought of a good name for this theory, and it's something I'm thinking about doing like a video essay about it.
Mm.
But I can't. Everything I come up with, it just it's either too obvious, to where it doesn't sound cool. You know, like the reimagining era. It's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
technically what people are doing, but that sounds lame. And I wanna. Nothing I've been able to think of sounds like a good name for it. So I haven't really come up with any name for what
Yeah.
for my hypothesis. Um,
I
but
just wonder, 'cause, like you say, that it's kind of the studio aspect that sort of waters everything down, and
well, they play it safe.
yeah,
And I understand why. They kind of have to. They got millions of dollars at stake. You're more likely to do what you know works until it doesn't work anymore because people are sick of it. You know, people have fatigue. They get over stuff. Um, but
I wonder how much of it comes out of the fact that that's what the fans are doing. You know, like, you know, still today people are poring over the code for Ocarina of Time, and I think only recently that DLC thing that I mentioned, someone managed to like recreate it, and so like if you
in
emulate the
Unreal,
game,
I've seen. Have you seen the
yeah,
Unreal Ocarina? Yeah,
yeah,
that's another thing about what that's another point for what I'm
hmm
talking about, that this is happening. Um, yes, I
it's
find that the good side of this era, it comes from the people who love the
it's the
original
passion,
art. Yes.
passion versus the cold. You know, we can make money out of
Yeah,
this
that's the
thing.
light side of the force in all of this.
Yeah,
I find this most of the time the studio, I wouldn't say all the time because there are great movies that come out, but most of the time studios, mo- no art was ever made better by a committee, you know?
mm.
And a lot of times studios they either take the film away from the director before it's finished, and like we'll figure it out from here, or they have a strict this is what we're doing kind of mentality.
Well,
And
it's all the check that they feel the need to fill as well.
yeah, and it's unfortunate because we miss out on some great things, or things
Yeah.
that could be great aren't what they should be, and it'll turn people off in the future to stuff. You know, people are kind of over superheroes, not because the superhero uh, thing is bad, but because it's just been done. It's become too easy to do, and so they don't put the care into it that they should. Like you get a movie like Logan, it's that's a great movie. Um, it doesn't even need to be about X-Men. It would be a great movie if nobody knew who Wolverine was.
Yeah.
And they've relied on, well, you already know who Wolverine is. Here's a movie. You'll eat it up. They let go of the other part, which is the art part of it. So a lot of these movies, like I didn't much care for. I think I'll just say I didn't like any of the Avengers movies really. But I'm not a big Marvel fan.
Same.
I don't think it's terrible, but it wasn't for me. But so much of them relied on you having seen the 15 other movies that came out that past decade. You know,
That's what I was like with the Spider-Man films. My brother kept being like, "Oh, you know, you would like the Spider-Man." So I'm like, "Well, I saw the first 20 minutes, and they're already referencing what happened in the film I haven't seen." You know?
oh yeah, you're talking about Into the Spider-Verse or no wait, No Way Home. I don't know.
Those ones are fine. Yeah, more the MCU ones.
Yeah,
And it's gotten to that point where I was going to mention the recent Mario film and how sort of like that checking the boxes thing. Oh, we have to have like a reference to this or like a about this, or it doesn't capture our audience.
Yeah, they use reference as a form of. Yeah, it's on their list of ingredients.
Yeah.
That we got to have these references. I'm fine with references that are done well. One of my favorite things to watch was. Okay, where's the thing? I know it's
I think it's on the tree further along.
Oh, you're right. One
it's
of my
favorite
things
things
to watch online was Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Did you ever see that?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
And it's the whole thing is a reference.
Yeah.
And it made me like a lot of that show was so corny and weird and dumb, but I loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And here is this thing laughing at it, but doing it from a place of love. The people who created that show obviously loved Dragon Ball Z.
Well, to the point where in interviews, it's like you almost get the idea that like the guy who voice acts Goku is like he feels like he gets to play Goku.
He hates it. He's very offended that, and I get his reasons. I don't think they're good reasons, but I understand him having them. Where he says like, I've been with this character for so long, it means something to me. They dumbed him down, and me thinking, yes, but they're doing it because they love the thing. Like Toei Animation always like constantly taking their videos down and flagging them, and it's like, don't you understand? This makes people go back and buy your product.
Yeah.
Like people, I guarantee people have gone back and rewatched Dragon Ball Z because they watched that. And it's a beautiful love letter to a piece of art that you care about. Especially parody, I think, is a great way. If it's done right, you got to do it right. It has to be sincere. But and something like DB's Abridged is obviously it's very sincere. It laughs at itself and it pokes fun at the thing we love. It makes us feel better about loving it. Like there were things in Dragon Ball Z that were so dumb.
Yeah.
That like I would show a friend like, you gotta watch DBZ with me, and then we watch an episode where it's like Piccolo chanting to himself, and it's so, and I would get like red in the face, like this isn't what the show's like, I promise. And then for them to go back in DBZ Abridged and do that whole scene again and point out how silly it was, makes me feel better about liking it as a kid, like, and feeling that embarrassment. It's like I kind of earned this joke by feeling that embarrassment when I was a kid and feeling like it was silly. So it enriches the things we love. I don't know. That's the era I think we live in. And I think that's like fan-made stuff. I think it's so popular.
Like I think I was just thinking about the fact that Dragon Ball Z is based on Journey to the West.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It is.
So when Akira Toriyama sits down and starts writing Dragon Ball, he's taking inspiration. So it's kind of like it started from that place, sort of in the 70s, 80s, where you start looking at classic media, turning it into something modern, and now we're talking about modern.
Isn't there only like 7 stories? They just get retold over and over again.
Yeah, like the Hero of 1,000 Faces thing.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and that goes into the Jungian archetypes thing as well.
Right.
There's only so many ways we express ourselves.
Yeah, I see, and it's so great that you have Journey to the West, this old story, and then all these kids in the 90s and 2000s, they all get at least a hint of that story, of that legend, just a little piece of it through watching this silly cartoon. And some of those people will even go on to try and, because they love it so much, they'll learn things about it, and they'll read what Journey to the West was, and they'll learn,
I read it, yeah.
Yeah, I'd never, Sun Wukong, I would never know anything like that.
And now there's a Wukong.
If I hadn't been into Dragon Ball Z, and so I I don't know. It's all related. Or I think art's
I-
super important.
I read Dante's Inferno because of my love of Devil May Cry.
That's amazing.
I know.
I'm not aware of any connection other than. I'm not. I've never played Devil May Cry. I have read Dante's Inferno.
Yeah. Well, and then they made the game Dante's Inferno, which was taking the same game formula, but actually using the narrative.
Yeah. Well, what's Devil?
That's what it is. It's also like the interpersonal mixing thoughts, turning them into something new. You know.
Yeah.
Like Stardew Valley, you know, just being a guy who loved Harvest Moon and other games, put all the things that he liked about different games into one thing.
Did you ever see that he met the guy who created Harvest Moon?
I did not.
Yeah, they because that guy loves Stardew Valley, and he like they like met each other, and he signed an old copy of, I think it was Back to Nature for the 64. He signed an old copy of that and gave it to him. So that's the kind of thing I love. Like, he could have been very upset.
Love someone who, like, you have this idea, you try to put it into reality, and then someone comes along and does it better. It's like you can either be bitter about that or be like, oh, he did what, you know, I had this idea that I loved and wanted to see brought to fruition, and that has.
Right. I love seeing that kind of stuff. I think people like that. I think that's a great person to be, if you can pull it off. Excuse me, 1 second. I got.
Yeah. No. Just gonna pull up the stream on YouTube and see if anyone's saying anything. Nope. That's right.
Okay.
Hello. Nothing. I was just pulling up the stream to see if I think you're heading towards, like, I'm gonna get mixed up with the 3DS, but so the pond mission one. Yeah.
The woods, so I don't get lost. He'll give me a thing to give the other.
Try to domain. That name actually can't be. What the hell?
Oh yeah, and then I can get the free boat ride.
That's a mechanic, so unless that's only 3DS, I forget. That's the other thing, because you know, even this game is an example of what you're talking about, and it's so easy to misremember things because there's two different versions of the game, one with extra content. You know.
I played a little bit of 3DS. I think I forgot how it's
I love it, but I'm not the biggest handheld person.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw things that were cool. I really liked the old style of graphics. Everything was just soft in that game. I was like, I just like the edges of these like berries with like torpedo titties. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about myself.
Go into Freudian psychoanalysis on that.
Okay.
Are you still just out of curiosity, you still in the sort of Alan Watts sphere? That's a good question. I don't know. I've
the way you phrased it was like something's going on. Have you kept up with?
No, I've just I think I took a break from it for a while and then came back to it.
Yeah, I listen to it often.
Yeah.
Him and
Terrence McKenna is one I've only just recently come across. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is.
Oh, so go back to the big buff dude. Yeah. I think you actually have to wait for this one. Or you become a Deku Scrub and jump on the lily pad. You're gonna... No, that's the right way. I think. Okay, yeah. I don't know. This might take you back to the field. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that's it. I was only thinking because I'm sure, like, there's this tree here that has a heart piece in it, and I'm sure it's on the right when you're walking towards it. So I think, yeah. Again, the 3DS also messed around with heart pieces and stuff, so that might be.
I never. I think it's
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just go past it. What's his debut in this game? His debut was in this game?
Yeah, he
And then I guess it would have been. I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
Came out next.
Well, see, I think didn't yeah, Minish Cap. That's what I was thinking of. Whether that came out. Yeah. It took me a while to like that one. Yeah. 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 You just let the this one retake really. I think you might be thinking of the one by the book guy. He gives you the deed to it's that whole deed side quest. Yeah, I think. Yeah. That's a mandala right there. Look at that. Yeah. So kind of thing you look at what you just sitting there. Interesting that they then used the Lost Woods theme, considering the theme they were going for. This guy's a boss in the way they won't mind it. Oh no. My bad, that's his way. He ended up following him for a get the fight and stuff. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can make my way through the Lost Woods in under 25
I would probably have a hard time.
It's the music thing, which on like an old CRT, I have no idea how that would have played out. That's another way to squeeze out a game instead of like getting the potion and taking it to her. It's like, oh yeah, she's a jerk.
That's like writing a
Yeah.
paper.
She can't get an empty bottle before this point, so if you could probably explain it if you knew what you were doing.
Right.
You know, speedrunners already finished the game twice by this point.
I don't have the wherewithal to do that.
Never noticed just how buggy her eyes are. Like, have you seen that method that you can do to, well, her eyes are closed now, but when they're open, it looks like you take like two halves of what is it, like a tennis ball? Not tennis, table tennis. Like a ping pong ball. You take two halves out of your eyes and then you look at red light and it, after a while you get into like a spiritual lucid state.
I had my first experience with psilocybin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How'd that?
I got some physiological effects. I need to up the dose next time.
Yeah.
A little bit of wavy things, look at things.
Wavy, that's a great thing.
So next time
I did do,
you were breaking up a little bit. What was that?
I did ketamine. That did it for me.
Okay. I don't know much about
I got to a state where I had this image in my head of... It was like a globe with multiple screens coming up of it, creating like another outer globe, and all those screens are like, you know, memories and experiences. So it was kind of like a timeless feeling of like you jump from one memory to another. It's up the nose. I think there are. Yeah. It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't It's kind of like it's like when you accidentally take water up your nose from like a pool. You know, it kind of.
I don't know if I hate any feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. and it's like still up there for a bit. You can still like every now and then you just need to like, which is probably why like people get like it's because it's so like muscle memory. To, just got to get up there. There's still a bit there.
Part of what they like is the whole nose. Oh, I go to the. My bad.
I'm trying to remember why. Yeah. I'm trying to remember why you have to do the whole witch bit before. Why is I'm asking questions I've never asked before. Oh, she has like a window shop. There's another mandala, maybe. It just looks like an arc.
I count it.
It's even got spokes like a Dharma wheel.
Yeah.
Let's see how many. Should we count them? Different spokes mean different things.
It's got 20 spokes.
I don't know.
Well, here all you can see are the eyes and ghosts. I love stuff like that. It's so creative.
Wasn't it in one of the games, in one of the 2D games, the witches are there and they show up as like crows, but they still have the bulging eyes.
Oracle of Ages.
Yeah. So it looks like she's just like a crow, just sitting in the blackness and. Didn't someone learn how to translate Hylian? Oh yeah, it's probably different in different games.
Well, like,
I know it did for Breath of the Wild. I don't know if that would translate to Majoras. Or even if that's Hylian, it might not be. So, for a while, I played one game for a while after I was it kind of makes more sense when you think about it. Yeah. It's like you turn right to remember. I was going to say about your concept.
Yeah.
Things go in cycles, right? So, you know, a lot of the things I don't know, they can get like more rich, like things from the 80s and things that we're doing now. We're taking inspiration from that, and a lot of the remasters and remakes that are being made are of games of this era, you know? Because that's where the nostalgia is. This is a jam.
Oh, yeah. I love the
Have you ever tried taking it? This is where that whipped potato dude. The whipped potato dude. Lives underground. He looks like he could be what's his name? The gravekeeper. Dante, yeah, it looks like he'd be Dante's brother. There's definitely
Which direction do you think I should go?
follow the monkey, I think. Never mind. I think it's good. I think it's off to the left.
Right, this is...
I think you could go back. Yeah. And then from this position, go to the right. I want to say it's 3 or 4. I'm sure he's there somewhere. There's like a hole in the ground, or a few. I think. Oh, that might be it. You might need to sneak through on a ground floor space. Oh, I forgot they did that. See, the 3DS got rid of their there was so much. I still struggle casting Ocarina of Time. The Ocarina of Time one, they're actually like slightly random intervals, so sometimes you can get it where they're sort of stuck in the same place. Otherwise, you'd see that from the back.
Sorry, I would have kept talking.
Yeah, we'll call him Dumpy.
Dampé's nephew.
Yeah. I'm surprised the animation hasn't become a meme for like sitting on the couch and.
Oh, that would be a very good meme. That would be. Two completely separate people that have no relation to one another. Human. Well, they didn't even see
Yeah.
Human Link go in.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the switch. Say that twice.
I didn't even know you were talking to someone like that. This music
I was
is
just
so
thinking,
much louder here.
the fact he still has his human blonde hair is a Deku I've never really thought about.
Oh yeah. I mean,
like that, fair enough. Close enough? Yeah, okay. But there's a mini game back in the town as well. No deep. Oh. Primordial creature or something. Whenever I think giants, I go to Greek mythology and the idea of the you had the primordial gods before you had Zeus and stuff. So you have like Titan and I'm trying to think of some of the others.
Okay.
But, obviously they're ancient.
Yeah. Well, Titan and Giant are kind of synonymous.
And you have, it also represents primordial nature, so like the beginning of things. So maybe they're creator gods or something. Or
part of that theory that I really like describe them as the people of Termina worshiping them as gods. They don't call them gods. In this, but they are. It is referred to as being worshipped like God, and it was part of that blasphemy theory of like the Tower of Babel, where they flip the stone tower upside down. Because the thing you find in there in that portal is a giant's nest, and it makes you a giant. So it's like they were worshiping the giant.
Yeah. I suppose you could say as well, if it was like a Tower of Babel situation and you're trying to get towards heaven, would they have ended up in Hyrule?
Maybe. Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't one for one Tower of Babel. You kind of use that as a reference. It wasn't necessarily that the stone towers don't reach out to the gods, but it was still like screw you to the goddesses, we're gonna worship these four giants. And you find really weird stuff in the stone towers.
Yeah.
Where it's like it looks like a place of worship much more than anything else. Okay, I'm gonna turn this music back on and try and get this one part.
Have you turned me up on Discord?
I turned you up all the way up.
Oh, you picked it out. Never seen that before. Here's a question. What's the big nut?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say they spit nuts at you, but alright, so they're plant people.
Yeah.
With the nuts like their children,
Unfertilized embryos.
Yeah.
They haven't germinated yet. So I guess it
Is that more okay?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I eat chicken, eggs,
But do you eat?
but I wouldn't eat a fertilized chicken egg. That's for sure. Although, isn't that called balut?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh no! I bet there's an exploit to just get through the fence. I bet there's an exploit to just get through the fence. Just chamber. I don't see why.
Yes, always saving princesses. Is she the only princess in this game? In Terminal? They don't have any other royal family, do they?
What about the? Is the Ruto woman is she considered like a leader of her people?
Her name is.
Or is she...
Her name is. Oh, what's her name? No, she's part of the band. Remember? They're like a traveling band. She's not royalty. Maybe Darmani's royalty. This is the only princess I think that's Oh yeah, the elegy.
That theme in this area, I was thinking to myself, like, what other context could I imagine hearing the song?
Yeah.
I was thinking like a Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
Have you seen people make compilations of music? So you've got the pipes, the drum, the guitar, and the ocarina. It's on the 3DS version. You can play around with the stick to change to like build the sound, so you can get basically all the notes on the scale, and then play any song really.
That's cool. I have an ocarina that I bought from a Renaissance fair. I have it somewhere. I don't know. I haven't seen it in years. I'm relishing this quiet moment of the game. Like, I don't know why the music in this particular place is so much louder. It seems like. If we do this again, I'll figure out OBS and get the software.
Yeah.
I
was going to say earlier, something we should pay attention to in this game is, you know, the grandmother in the inn. Her stories.
Yeah.
Kind of go history.
Should I go? Should we go over there and?
Can you do it this early? I can.
Yeah, you can. But it's getting later for. I don't know how long you want to go with this.
I'm happy to go for another couple hours.
Oh, for real? Okay. Let's see how far I can get before I
Maybe get to the dungeon entrance and leave it there, because then...
Yeah. Well, we're close to getting to the dungeon.
Yeah. The fast travel something really thing? The elves thing?
You mean between the statues?
Yeah.
No, it's in there.
Alright. Oh, actually, go back to the castle area.
Go back where?
I think I know where the dungeon entrance is. Go back to the castle area. It's sort of up a mountain trail bit.
I'm just trying to get. Sorry. I'm just looking at my audio stuff. I'm trying to make it so I can hear you better.
Yeah. It's probably my mic's fault, to be honest.
Well, no, the music's pretty loud. Because I can hear you when I have it paused. Go back here.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like it's a little offshoot of the same lily pad that you take to get to where you planted the plant.
That I took to get to where?
Where you plant the plant. You go on the same lily pads, but then you take a different.
Oh, let me look.
Off to the right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then really you're just on the upper level. I hate those things.
As do I. At least they die easily. I think. Did I kill it? I guess I didn't kill it.
Good. Such a difference.
Where the hell? Kind of hard to see. Here's where I learned that song.
Take the upside down, please.
I missed what you said.
I was just wondering if he does the turning his head upside down and having a second face.
Sometimes. Yeah. Song of Soaring.
Why haven't they done a Zelda rhythm game? The hero song.
You know? You should call them.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. And this is where I raise it out of the water.
Have you done the song of Double Time?
I haven't. And I haven't slowed it either. I'll probably do that when I go into something. For now, I'll just get it up and then I'll go see what that lady's talking about.
Do you not have to get it up again if you reset the timer? Or is it...
Oh! What was that?
Do you have to raise the temple again if you reset the time?
I think so, but there's also a owl statue I believe that I can get. So I think it's worth it to get the Haha! Okay.
What's the intention of
What's the intention of what?
of this playthrough in terms of side quests?
I would get all the masks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. I mean, not tonight.
Yeah. There are definitely some stories that will emerge from that would be worth talking about.
Yeah, but I am gonna
Other
try and do this
fetch
like
quests.
every Saturday night. Do this, either this or a different old game, but probably this for a little while. If you want to join me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and by then I'll figure out how to do the stuff right.
My boyfriend also tends to stream on a Saturday, but not until like a couple hours from now. So
Okay. The Deku Scrub Mark.
I'm always the streamer's friend, never the streamer.
I don't want to be a streamer. I want to just make YouTube stuff, but it's fun to do, like for quick content. All right, I guess I should do it.
More room for error. You don't have to be a perfectionist in the stream.
Alright, so I hit the statue. I can just warp back here. Lose all my money.
What's interesting about the owl statues is the fact that they remain open, because Gabora kind of exists outside of time.
Yeah.
Does he have a different name in this? But it's not actually him, is it?
I don't know. He's barely in this.
Yeah.
But I don't think, because all the characters have different names.
Yeah.
And or wait, or don't they? No, Kome and Kate have the same name. Maybe they don't have. Maybe I don't know. Some of them have different names. Like the Laura lady isn't called Rio. But she's at the inn, right?
Yeah. Was it that? It was only in my last playthrough that I actually caught that cutscene where the mayor and people are arguing about what to do.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know about it for the longest time.
That was very it's good world building for the story.
Yeah. It's the kind of scene that you never see in a Zelda game otherwise. Like,
yeah.
Arguing, like, social and political aspects.
Well, you can only get that cutscene at a certain time, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a man living in a toilet in this game.
Yeah.
What? Why would you cut anything out at that point? What did she call me, turtle or something? Tortoise.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
she
name it
is the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah.
Especially with the extra polygons from the before.
When I was a kid, you know, like, I don't know, being afraid of the dark and stuff.
Yeah.
Having an active imagination. I always imagined a woman just like this, sitting by my bed and, like, urging me to sleep.
That's,
You know, a really big woman, you're like, yeah, I better get some sleep, but, you know, if I get out of bed, she's gonna kill me.
Yeah. In those times, all the people lived together, and the four giants lived among them. On the day of the festival that celebrates the harvest, the giants spoke to the people.
Are they harvest gods then? That's a question.
Maybe? I don't think harvest gods go to sleep.
Or maybe the harvest was for sacrifice to them, you know, sacrifice to me harvest.
Maybe. That's a little dark for Nintendo, huh? We have chosen to guard the people while we sleep. Sleeping giants is a very common theme.
That's interesting. 100 steps, no, 100 steps.
Yeah.
That 100 steps thing is very, like, folktale-y, like a way you either exaggerate or under-exaggerate something.
Right.
You know, they went through the desert 40 days and 40 nights. It doesn't actually mean 40 days and 40 nights. It's just...
Well, it's interesting that they write both. Like, it would be implied that there would also be 40 nights that went along with the days.
Yeah. It was just kind of a phrase to say, like,
right,
a long time.
right.
They went through for a long time.
It was their... It was the culture and time it was written, it was those people's idioms of the time, you know?
Sort of like kennings.
Well, like, we say things... We even have things we say that don't make any sense. Even though we still say them, like, hanging up the phone. Nobody's hung up a phone since, like, 1940.
Yeah.
When it actually had a thing that hung on the receiver, you know? But we still say it, you know? So it could have been, like, one of their weird things that was just, like...
Where I live in North Wales, it's a very common thing for people to say, I'll be there now. Which doesn't make any sense, because you're either here now or you're not.
Right.
You can't the future now.
If you wanted to say it properly, you'd say, I am here. But that wouldn't make sense if you weren't, so...
That's like, we called my brother to dinner and he said, I'll be there now. So, well, you're not. You're not here.
Interesting. I've never heard that one. That's interesting.
Yeah.
ocean is about to swallow us. She didn't mention the Stone Tower area. She mentioned the blizzard. She mentioned the sea is about to swallow us, and
I think you can infer that that place is much older.
I believe so. I believe it is. Yeah.
So it's not a lost to history kind of place, I guess.
But that is one of the directions the Giants went. Why didn't he mention if whatever happens from my area?
Which maybe implies that the stories are combined from interaction with the different races.
Yeah.
Except they're races that actually currently live, so that's...
Carnival of Time.
So,
what's that?
I was just gonna say, so if the Giants are like guardians, how come you're the one tasked with saving the world?
Right. Well,
doesn't he lock them away or something? He prevents them from...
Yeah,
So
he embodies them in the bosses that you fight. And when you defeat them, they become a mask, and the giant is freed. So it's like these masks like curse them, you know.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any symbolism between the bosses themselves.
Well, I wonder about the bosses. Like, are they souls trapped in the mask as well? There's like a mask with a soul, but when applied to a giant, it becomes this monstrous thing.
Could they be what the giants embodied to interact with the people of those places? Because they all have some kind of like... Well, like the first boss. What's his name? Like...
Odawa?
I forget. Odawa, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, he's very tribal, he's very of the area. So could it be that when the giant went there, you know, he kind of interacts with the people in that disguise?
They do seem very representative. Like the third boss is that fish, obviously in the ocean. The bull. I don't know what
mountain.
The bull.
Well, I would say that, like, you know, when in like the Himalayas, when you travel up a mountain, you take instead of taking like a camel or something, you take a big like strong oxen that can carry things and climb mountains.
Yeah. Okay. What are the worms in the desert? Sandworms? Is it Dune?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Well, because in Dune, the sandworms kind of create the desert. They form the desert.
Yeah.
And you could argue that there are maybe species in the desert that do similar things. You know, eat stuff and then extract it as minerals.
Right. Yeah. Well, and the concept of the sandworm is, I mean, it's not just Dune, you know. I mean, Beetlejuice had sandworms.
Yeah.
Tremors. Did you ever see that?
I know its reputation. I know the story.
I mean, they're basically sandworms.
From a fog or something.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. The Carnival of Time. Each year, the season of harmony begins when the sun and moon are in alignment. Now, what does that mean for them? Because there's no eclipse.
And if there was, is it a lunar or solar eclipse? And
right.
What are the connotations?
I mean, technically there is an eclipse because the moon is getting bigger as it's falling to Earth. But I guess that would be what it implies. Right now, the moon is not in alignment. It's not where it should be. Paying homage to the way that both nature and time are tirelessly in the process of progressing.
That's quite Buddhist. Well, actually, maybe you could argue it's more Taoist.
Yeah. You could argue that. Carnival of Time is when the peoples of the four worlds celebrate harmony.
Four worlds, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Here we go.
So separate to the people of the ocean.
Harmony me and request fruitfulness for the year. Okay. Simple, celebratory time of the year.
Do people from the different races join in the carnival?
I think so. I mean, the band is scheduled to play here.
Yeah.
And I think you can talk to some Gorons. Like, there's that guy that comes. There's a Goron that tries to get a room here for the carnival, but he can't.
You should do the dancing mask.
I don't remember how to get that one.
Just wait for night, and it's out at the stones in the field. If you go out the way,
Don't I need the lens of truth? Isn't he invisible?
no, you can do it from the start of the game.
Oh, really?
I know that much. I think he's only invisible until he shows up at night.
Oh. I don't remember. I mean,
it's sort of that way. It's one of these stones, you'll see lots of small stones on top of the circle. Should you want further to reach?
Really? So what? I gotta wait for nighttime for him?
Yeah.
Can I get over there?
Yeah.
Oh. That's another thing I've read about theories about this game is that there are so many ledges you're certain you're not going to make it to. And there's so many like instances of that kind of thing in the game design that there's speculation that they're pointing towards urging the player at hopefulness, believing in yourself. I don't know, like believing you can get to where you're going. Like there's a part in the end inside the moon when you put on the Goron mask and you're supposed to do the spin and rolling and do all this like crazy stuff and not fall off in a very narrow space. And it looks extremely like it's going to be very difficult. But if you actually just trust yourself and let go of the thumbstick and just go in a straight line, it's set up to bounce you in all the right directions and keep you safe. So it's like a practice in letting go of grasping at it. I don't know.
Does the double time that it's the hour, or does it just do time intervals? So I think you can skip to the night at least.
Let's see. Before I do this, will you excuse me for just a moment? I gotta take care of something.
Sure.
Alright, give me a second. Okay, I'm done. Here we go. There is no
It might be
dancing
exactly.
now. Huh?
It might be exactly midnight that he shows up. So you might still have to wait a bit.
Well, at least we skipped ahead. I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to have the lens of truth.
I always do him first, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty.
Well, maybe it's different in 3DS. I don't know.
Could be worth the wait.
There's more than one invisible character wandering around in this world. I know
Yeah.
that.
Wandering spirits. And that's an interesting sound. Interesting Foley sound for rock. Sounds more like you're standing on the snow that's below.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to technically have snow on it. I don't know. It looks a lot like rock. Old school texturing was hard to decipher all the time.
Well, also, it's easier to just do a rock texture that you probably already have than do a specific rock.
Yeah.
Considering they have, what, 7 months to work on this game?
I thought they had a whole year, but I'm nowhere near certain about the timeline. 7 months?
Even a year, a quarter of the time that you normally spend in development.
They had an insane deadline, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the only way they were going to do it. Miyamoto handed it off and was like, you can make a sequel if you can do it in the short period, you know? And if we like what you come up with, then we won't kill the project.
Yeah. And it was it Hideki?
I think so.
I forget.
Who directed it?
Yeah.
I think maybe. Not sure.
I think some people speculate that it was kind of like a test to see whether it was worth handing off Zelda to him. See them
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a thesis, what a dissertation if this is the game that you
Right. Yeah, this one's my favorite. This is I think this will always be my favorite Zelda. It wasn't the first time I played it, but it's so unique.
Yeah.
It evokes certain feelings that I can't really explain. Like, you'll just be in a location and you'll just feel something from it that they, you know, they know how to make it feel empty or lonely. And with such simple, you know, these polygons, it's just...
I've just realized, looking from here, Clocktown itself is kind of circular. Clocktown itself is probably a mandala from above.
Alright, that's number 5 then. Mark it, dude. I think you're right. I mean, I knew it was a circle, but yeah, I would count it as such. You could technically count the moon as a mandala as well.
Yeah.
You know, a terrifying, abominable...
Well, you know, they often, in mandalas, they often depict deities, and
yeah,
the deities used to often are quite aggressive looking. You know, they have faces like that.
yeah.
Usually for good reasons. Like, usually it's like, you know, if you have like a powerful warrior deity, it's like a good protector, you know? It just comes across. That's terrifying.
Or just a representation of destruction, you know, or chaos. Or often, you know, 1,000 hands or arms and each one holding a different weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, look who was right. You were right. I aspire to have a belly like that someday. Oh.
I wouldn't aspire too much, otherwise you'll end up as a wandering spirit who needs to pass it on.
That sounds like a great fate. Look, he's enjoying himself. He's into it. I don't know about the speedo.
Yeah. I don't
My
know, if you're gonna be
sadness to the moon.
yeah.
Huh. Does he mean like to the moon? Like, I don't know. I'm like, I want to look at every little inch of this game now
Mm.
and try to decipher it.
Regret. There's a major theme of the game.
Yes.
Because a lot of the situations that people are in and side quests and stuff, it's like something that they haven't resolved.
I am disappointed, oh moon. I have died. So, what's his deal with the
Relationship
moon?
to it.
Yeah, what's.
And maybe the cultures thing.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there does. Yeah, there does seem to be something with the moon and the people here.
Now I can't quite remember what the dancing sisters say, but if they mention something about like, oh, maybe we can ward off the moon by dancing this dance. Maybe it's like
It's the moon
a
dance.
lot of tribal dances are like, rain
Yeah.
dances and that kind of thing. It's like helping nature along its way,
Yeah.
keeping nature in order.
I plan to bring the
It's like
world together and stir it into a giant melting pot with my dance. Another reference to giants?
interesting. He says world and not worlds, considering the four worlds thing.
Hmm.
If you wanted to build
Oh.
what?
Do I need to play the sadness healer?
Song of Healing, yeah.
I forget. How's it go? I should really know this one.
Mm.
That's right down. Okay.
It's so interesting how melancholy it sounds, considering the backwards it's like the most upbeat song
Mm-hmm.
in the game. The Lost Woods theme is like, you dance that for hours and then reverse it and you get a song that you just kind of stare off into space and think about life.
Oh. Ah. He looks like one of those weird creatures in Twilight Princess that live in the sky.
Yeah, the
He looks
Okas
like
or whatever.
one. Or the mask looks like one.
Yeah.
The Camaro's mask. Oh. Ah.
But the sound effects. Oh. so many suggestive sounds.
You know, and it's so okay. There's themes of legacy. Legacy and regret are often
I never thought
coincide.
about it. Right.
I mean, the,
think,
the 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 game's about it's time, and there's all the regret that goes with time, but legacy would be something that would stave off regret.
and stave off time to an extent.
Yeah.
The longer your legacy, that's the longer you last.
Yeah. So like here he is. I get the mask to carry on his. That's interesting.
That's funny because when he gave you the mask, I was thinking to myself, how much is the symbolism of his dance, and how much is him just wanting to start a craze? But
Right.
the starting the craze is his legacy.
It's the concept of legacy.
Yeah.
Do you think the sisters are here? Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Oh, homeboy's here. The thief.
Oh yeah. Can we watch a little jig before you get into the dance? I love this little like awkward like trying to think of different things.
Can we do what?
Just staring at the sisters, the way they like awkwardly dance, trying to come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Just think it's such a good animation. Do you know what they remind me of?
What's that?
Gibdos. This is how a Gibdo would dance.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They look like Egyptian elements,
Well, I had the Gibdo mask. Good talking. It's a pretty cool dance.
The fluidity of it is like quite a contrast to the polygons, you know?
Right. So this doesn't do anything for him.
Maybe you have to make sure that Tassel is above.
I targeted it.
Yeah. I love that it's like so silent as well. It's like, hey ladies, watch this. Follow me.
This creep.
I always wonder what he's thinking.
He's like, I see the weirdest shit in this town. Alright, another piece of heart. And its use has been fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you use it for any other purpose, right?
No. It's also just struck me that you don't need to do that to like that is their side quest. You don't have to like teach them it before the end of the game or anything.
Yeah.
You know, next go around they'll still be thinking of ideas for a dance.
I like the song though. It's very. It sounds Egyptian.
Mm.
You know what's funny? What we say sounds like Egyptian probably sounds nothing like what the actual Egyptians were listening to.
Yeah.
It's like it's modern. Like
Yeah, it's probably more to do with, you know, how it's represented in media.
yeah. It's like, oh, that sounds Egyptian, but no, it really didn't. We have no idea.
Yeah.
Talk to you.
I don't mean to get inappropriate, but
Go for it.
there's a thing of they discovered, was it bees in jars in Egypt and figured out that like it was basically they had invented a vibrating dildo. You put bees in a jar.
Oh my god. You think that's what they were doing?
I don't know. That's what the experts say.
I wouldn't want bees that close to my hoo-ha.
No.
Yeah, just in case they could get out. Oh, you can be as inappropriate as you want. I don't care. I've been talking about drugs.
You have to wonder as well. It's like when it runs out of batteries, so you have to open it up.
Yeah.
Get rid of the dip.
Yeah, because they're not going to all die at once, so it's going to get progressively weaker and weaker.
Like it does with batteries.
Yeah. I'm really horny, but my bees haven't died yet. Alright. Dawn of the Fire.
Do you wanna? Oh, hang on. I don't know when you'll need money, but that roof that you were just on a minute ago has the chest with 100 rupees, and you can save it, and then if you do that every go around, then you will.
Do I not need the bunny hood for that?
Oh, you might.
I think I do. I think
you got to go with the deku mask. You're already on the thing.
Yeah.
You just jump. But yeah, you're right. The bunny mask does make it easier.
But I can still try it. Doesn't matter.
Just make it like a routine to do it once I go around.
Now, where is it?
Go off to the right.
Oh.
I don't know which route you took to get there. If you go from the in roof, then you already have an elevated position.
You know what? I think it's over here.
Alright. Is there another flower? Because you got there just a minute ago, but I can't think how you did it.
I think you're talking about over here, right?
Yeah.
No, I need a button.
But you were standing. You did it automatically, I think.
I wasn't over there.
I can't think of it. Are you sure?
No, I didn't get over there.
No.
It's too high.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one way to get there. But yeah, you do need the bunny hook. Unfortunately.
What is that?
I don't know. I
I
can't.
didn't notice it.
I can't tell.
I think it's just a post into the carnival, maybe.
We need something nondescript that we can call.
Dragon
it.
in the bowl.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
It looks like a dragon, like curling up in a bowl.
Oh, the Indiegogo's.
Indigo.
It's a band poster. Okay, so I should redo the time.
Might as well.
Yay! Yes.
I go the rupees.
No.
I think that's a difficult thing. You can't take these things with you.
Nope.
But if they've gone in the time stream, where have they gone?
Yeah, they're just lost in time. That's what happens when, like, you find a penny on the ground. There's Link's lost currency.
There's like a primordial dragon who exists outside of time, just gets that added to his treasure hoard.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably. Slow it up.
It's interesting that symbolizes like wrapping time around you.
Right.
Have you heard the theory that the Ocarina of Time is made out of the time stones from Skyward Sword?
Made out of what?
Time stones that found in Skyward Sword.
I don't know the time stones. I didn't get very far on Skyward Sword.
There's a region of the game that's all desert, and when you hit these stones, it goes back to like all lush green, like how it used to be in that region.
Oh, okay.
And there's like an excavation site of the stones, so it's there's a theory that the pedestal of the Master Sword is also made out of it. So when you pull the sword out,
They are all blue. The ocarina and the hilt is blue.
yeah.
Honestly, I don't need an origin story for everything.
Yeah.
Like, I like Minish Cap, but I don't need to know where the iconic cap came from.
Yeah. That's no longer the origin anyway.
It isn't?
Because of Skyward Sword.
Oh.
Now it's just like...
Now I really don't like that game. They took away my Minish Cap, which I didn't care about.
I can't see that. I can't see that being the origin of the cap anyway. I think
well, they
sounds
just
more like
given
marketing.
origins to everything with, like the bird on the shield. It never meant anything other than it looked cool. And then, oh, here's your origin.
it is definitely bird talent, though. Although it's slightly different in this game than Ocarina.
Yeah. Yeah, they changed it up in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if?
What?
Here's just a crazy idea for you.
Yeah?
What if in Ocarina of Time you get a Hylian shield, right? That's probably the shields that the Hylian soldiers fought with during the Civil War.
Right.
But now, at the end of Ocarina of Time, you bring peace to the kingdom. So maybe this Hylian shield is more ornamental, more like bestowed to, like as like a
Hmm.
crest or a medal.
It is smaller, so it's tailored for my size.
Yeah.
Interesting. Possibly. Right, left, up, left, hey.
Up, left.
Yeah. I do like this dungeon a lot.
Mhm.
Oh, I gotta play it as Deku.
I was asking about the side quests that you're going to do because I was wondering if you're going to bother with the stray fairies and
That
dungeon.
one I've never completed.
Hmm.
And I think every time I've tried, I've quit out of frustration.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be too enjoyable to watch. I had to think about it.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm cooking.
I had to think about it. Yeah, this looks like a Mayan ruin.
The two trees on top is interesting.
How's that?
I don't know. Just why are they there? What do they mean?
What do they do?
I have multiple theories about like a Twilight Princess. Where is the Deku tree?
Mm.
So whenever I see a tree now, I'm just like, that's the Deku tree.
It is one of those fairies.
You need the fairy mist.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried
Do you
about
have
getting it. It's, I'll live.
Yeah, I heard a thing that's like the screaming in the background of this song is a Dolwa deep in the temple, just chanting to himself.
From some type of ritual. That's creepy.
See, okay, so what this makes me think of is kind of what I was saying earlier. What if the giants go to people in disguise? If that's a Dolwa, like some kind of representation of a Dolwa is their deity.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Well, a mask
See,
is
where's
a
like-
disguise. And it's interesting that, there's so much focus on regret and loneliness, and also this theme of masks, wearing masks in this. And wearing a mask is isolating. It isolates you from the others around you.
I know that. I recently discovered I probably have autism, and I mask a lot around people, and really thinking about that and thinking about how I'm different when I'm on my own, when I can just open up more.
Yeah, and we all do to a degree. Okay. It's interesting that these all kind of coincide in this game with these different themes there. They have relation to each other.
The interesting thing as well is that people pass their masks on to you, Link.
Right.
So it's like once they found acceptance, they no longer need it.
Or maybe it's Link not knowing who he is, and they're each giving him who they think he is.
The people in the moon kind of talk about that, don't they? The children.
Yeah. I mean, they say some.
Like
They talk in riddles, but
yeah.
But yeah, they do kind of And I think they talk about what do you do when you're alone and stuff like that. It's just
I'm sure
this game is
someone's made
rich
it.
with thematics.
Yeah.
In a wonderful way.
In a way as well, I'm thinking of like the time frame that they had to think of this game. It's kind of a lot of the themes pertain to things that are very important to, you know, the Japanese culture.
Yeah.
So it's probably like, oh, what can I make a game around? Oh well, you know, things that we think about every day here.
Right.
So I wonder like for a Japanese person, it's kind of a cop-out game.
I don't know. I don't know how it was received in Japan either.
Yeah. Obviously, we'll have to keep going with it. So,
Hey, I saw another one. So a doll was just in his room screaming at him.
yeah.
Having a good old time.
It also sounds kind of like laughter in a way.
It sounds ritualistic.
Right. Yeah.
For sure. Oh boy!
Like cosmic symbols everywhere. Oh, is that one different?
Yeah, it is.
It's like a golem.
Yeah.
Is that the word, or
I don't know.
you know, like on the top of cathedral spires?
Oh, gargoyle.
Gargoyle, that's one.
Yeah.
They're everywhere in this one. They're usually seen as like. I don't know, I always find it funny that they were on cathedrals considering they're so demonic looking.
Yeah, they're supposed to be protective of.
Yeah.
But you know,
like
if you look into like the biblical depictions of angels and whatnot, they're terrifying.
Yeah. It also reminds me of what I was saying earlier of like deities in the East.
Yeah.
Like how on Shinto shrines you also have those two protective. They have a name.
Kami.
But they're just. No. But they have these two statues that stand by the side of the shrine, and they're supposed to be protected. They look like these, you know, demonic, like brutes.
Well, intimidation is a good form of protection. So I understand the instinct to make protective images. They're scary.
It's just like then you as the person being protected, how do you find solace in that?
Right. Well, feeling safe is not a requisite for being safe.
That's true.
You know. I guess the people who made it don't really care how the person thinks as long as it does its job, right?
Yeah.
So, I haven't thought too much about gargoyles. Okay, that was. I got the key. Can I get up there?
why would you put that on a stone in a place where you're already watching something else?
Well, I think Skull Kid went to these places and
Right, so he's just created an obstacle.
yeah, he's leaving graffiti behind. Say, I was here.
But that's an interesting question. Is how much does Skull Kid identify as Majora while he's wearing the mask?
Yeah, because by the end of it, you're basically talking to the mask and not him.
Yeah, and then at the very end, when he's without the mask, he's very regretful, and you wonder like how many of the actions were his and how much was Majora exploiting.
Right.
Vulnerable state. Because Skull Kid's a very sympathetic character.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted friends. He perceived that his friends.
As someone who often is paranoid about what people think of me, I understand that perception that your friends have abandoned you.
Yeah.
So. Oh no.
And it's like they would play little games. Oh, is it the moths? The moths are around. You have to kill the moths first.
I think I need a shorter path. It's too long of a path. So I gotta push this block.
Yeah, they end up playing like pranks together and stuff because that's kind of in the Skull Kid's nature, and they kind of go along with it until it goes too far.
Right.
And that's even reflected in, again, the Skull Kid that you meet in Twilight Princess. It's like, he wants you to be his friend, so he gets you to chase him around the jungle.
Right.
Yeah. Mischief maker. You know, if you can keep up with me, you can be my friend.
They're very competitive. Let's go, kid. Oh. That wasn't that hard.
Do you know Game Grumps at all, or Ego Raptor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What you said about Ocarina of Time, where like you didn't enjoy the game because the combat system is like you're constantly waiting for something to attack, and it's just a loop of waiting for them to attack and then attacking them during their vulnerable state. I was just thinking of that with the dragonflies, how they definitely do not do that. They will stun like and I think that's why I hate them so much.
He made good points in that video about, you know, the technical on the technical side of things, but it's still a great game.
I think some of his points came from a place of like, well, in hindsight, I can agree with you, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, at the time, I don't think those would have been issues.
I mean, I got no problem with what he said. I don't care. But, yeah.
Thank you,
What is it?
Or take a leap of faith. I was just thinking, you seem to be thinking, can I make that jump?
I know I can make it, I just gotta... I gotta light this stuff on fire. I gotta light the world on fire.
Oh, there they are. I hate those things too.
That was fun. This isn't good.
Do you hate them now?
I've always hated them. Where do I go?
Dead.
I was so close. We got pretty far before the first death. Oh wait, I'm not dead. Suck it.
Oh, I didn't know that could happen.
I had it if you keep it in a bottle.
Yeah, this fairies are smart.
Well, I was hoping to save it for the boss.
How do you think that
for a swim?
Being revived underwater when your lungs are already filled with water?
It doesn't feel good. I can make that, can't I?
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Oh, I love that they added the flips.
Yeah. It was the first thing I noticed when I first played this game, was him doing that.
Yeah. Shows that he's progressed as a character.
Jeez.
He may not be 7 years older, but...
Last try.
The moths are gonna kill you.
The moths are gonna kill me.
Can you slash them? Ooh. Ooh.
Huzzah!
I knew they were gonna attack you right after.
I don't think they did any damage, because I was stuck on...
Yeah. Well, some things do less than I thought. I think I heard.
Jeez. You distracted me.
Hearts are a representation of like a percentage, so they were probably doing like 2% damage or something. So the cumulative effect would be that quarter heart goes.
Well, I think that part of the dungeon is still... I did it, so I think we're good. It's still open. Right, I don't need to do all the stuff with the fire a second time. That's what I'm trying to say.
To be honest, with the whole deadline thing in this game, it's kind of a kindness to just put you back to the temporary community.
Yes. Very much so. There's a lot of parts of this game that are unforgiving. I'm glad that's...
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Stuck in an invisible wall.
Wait for the drums to come in. I think I heard something that was like the sound design for Ocarina of Time was so good that I think this was a couple of years ago, but someone who was born blind managed to finish the game just by listening to things like how when you approach an enemy the battle meter, things like that. You can kind of orient yourself.
I don't know, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, but blind person finished the game. I don't know how much outside help they got, like go left.
There's probably a lot of trial and error before they could do it all on their own.
Yeah. I recently saw there's this AI that's being worked on that you can share your screen with, and then it'll give you like on-the-go stuff in games. So that would be good for anyone who's flying to play those games. Where do I go now? Tell me. Wouldn't it be interesting? I'm now thinking of a scenario where a blind person is using that AI and they're playing, they come across one of the messages and it says like, jump for treasure or something.
Yeah.
And it's just an bottomless pit and then the AI says, jump for treasure. Just get caught in a loop and I keep jumping to the death.
That is Samsara.
Yeah.
Alright, I got one. Oh no, I got more. Okay. Where did I get more? I thought I had one left.
You said you read Dante's Inferno now?
A long time ago.
Would you believe if I said I have a whole first page and a half memorized?
You did what?
Would you believe me if I said I have the whole first page and a half memorized?
I mean, I would take you at your word. That's impressive. When I read it, I borrowed it from the San Francisco library, and someone had written in the margins of every single page what was happening on that page, like notes.
Oh, fair enough.
And I never would have gotten through it if I did if I didn't have the notes to look at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe you.
It's the kind of thing where I felt like it would need to be performed to make sense. Like, I forget who the actor is, but this Irish actor did a performance of Hamlet, and it just like made it make sense to a lot of people. Like, he's still using the language, but he's presenting it in such a way that it just sounds normal, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I get it. This is a speech about whether or not to commit suicide, to be honest with you.
Isn't that the fundamental question? I don't remember who said that.
No, it wasn't Huxley.
Cameron.
Hegel? Could have been Cameron, yeah.
Huxley? I mean...
Yeah. Could have been Huxley. Could have been any of those.
Yeah. Alright.
You know, the message put to the teacher, whoever said that. Whichever teacher said that.
Come to me, dragonfly.
Midway upon the journey of my life, I found myself within a forest storm.
Are you reciting it?
Yeah, just...
Well, you're on the spot now, man. You gotta do it.
Midway upon the journey of our life, I found myself within a forest dark, for the straightforward pathway had been lost. Ah me, how hard a thing it is to say. What was this forest, savage, rough and stern, which in the very thought reduced the fear? So bitter is it, death is little more. But of the good to treat which there I found, speak will I of the other things I saw there. I cannot well repeat how there I entered, so full was I of slumber at the moment in which I had abandoned the true way. But after I had reached a mountain's foot, at that point where the valley terminated, which had with consternation pierced my heart, upward I looked, and I beheld its shoulders, vested already with that planet's rays that leadeth others right by every road. Then was the fear a little quieted, till my heart's lake had endured throughout the night which I had passed so piteously. And just as he who forth issued from the sea upon the shore turns to the water perilous and gazes, so did my soul that still was fleeing onward turn back to re-behold the past which never yet a living person left. And that's what I have memorized.
That is amazing. You know, your accent makes it sound so much better than it sounds in my head when I read it. That's amazing, man. That is the beginning. That's as soon as you started saying something, I'm like, yeah, okay, I kind of remember this, like the language, you know.
Yeah. That's the most accepted English translation and my favorite. Some of them do make it a bit more comprehensible, but
yeah,
there is some other language once you understand it.
Of the classical things I've read, it's one of my favorites. I love that line when he's was he at the beatific vision. He says, love that moves the sun and other stars. I don't know why, I just love that line. I don't know why. It's not, there's nothing, I don't know, it's weird. And I'm not a...
When I recite it, I have like a picture in my head, you know, walking through the forest and then coming across the mountain and looking up at the sun. So that's how I managed to write it. It's just that you can kind of take the journey with him.
Right.
And I think that's the power that book has, is that you're sort of on that journey with him in the same way that he's on it with Virgil.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of my favorites of...
If you jump out with him, you'll kill him.
Yeah, I know. I just want to do it when the other platform is close. There's a lot about Dante I like. he did spend an awful lot of time describing people he didn't like in his real life.
Yeah.
You know, being in hell, which is a bit. He was a bit self-indulgent in some places, but I definitely.
It definitely opened my eyes to the idea that, like, even if there is a truth about Christianity, kind of.
Even if there is a what?
Even if there's a truth to, like, you know, God and Christianity, it's kind of the institutions that break it down, and having your own journey and your own relationship with God is more important.
My thought on it is basically shoot this guy. Maybe not. Once human beings are telling me what's real and what's not, I'm like, okay, you guys are just human. Come on.
Yeah.
So I kind of leave the God question up for debate in my mind, where it's like, what I believe is what I might believe. But I'm not just going to trust other fallible mortals who say they got the answers just because they say it. Okay, I can do it now.
That's why when you get debates around, like, you know, like even Alan Watts was, you know, is he the right person to the message? And it's like, at the end of the day, you kind of go to that intuitive place. Does it sound right? Does it feel right?
Right. Yeah. Do someone's arguments, do they stand on their own merit, or is it the person who's saying it that you attack? It's hard for people to distinguish. It's hard for people to sift out from the things they want to be true, or the things they want to believe, and accept either a good argument against, or evidence against your position or whatever. I've met so many people in my life who would just rather it doesn't fit in with what I want it to be, so I reject it, you know. I've met so many people like that. Or maybe the truth of whatever it is you're debating, maybe the truth for them is far too inconvenient. There's reasons people deny things or argue things. I mean, when it comes to religion stuff, it's so personal. Is it any wonder people fight over it? I wish it could just be personal. Oh, these guys.
Lizalfos. Lizalfos.
Yes, Lizalfos. I like fighting them in the Dogless Cavern, and I especially like the new look. Very bearded dragon. Oh, I forgot they did that. Yeah, this is a way better mini boss.
How they sound like? They sound like.
I'm tired.
Whoa.
Oh, this is gonna work.
Pick you up. Anti-artillery. Yeah.
Whew. That was
a skinny.
Yeah. How do I? Oh wait, I can't save unless I go back in time. I thought he dropped some hearts. Another item I don't really need. Compass? Oh! I think a nice
yeah, you don't need that. You only need that if you want to finish the game.
I haven't seen any other mandalas that I've noticed in here, in this temple. If you count the flower, but I think that's pushing it. There's no way to make a
I think
flower that
flower's
doesn't
more-
look like that. Man, the sensitivity on this.
I would argue that flowers are kind of the basis for mandalas. There's one on the
Yeah, it's fair enough.
the wood. It's like the cauldron.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So, I just mean in terms of sneaking mandalas into the game.
Yeah. Every time you shoot out of one of these, it's like a rebirth.
Gross. Is that why the water looks like this?
I wonder what it smells like in there.
It smells like afterbirth.
I thought you were just gonna say it smells like ass. I didn't know you could do that.
I totally missed what you said.
I didn't realize
The volume thing. What's that?
I didn't realize you could stun him.
I didn't either. That was a lucky. That was a lucky. Oh, the inversion.
Oh, this is reminding me of No Ocarina of Time. Whenever I had to defeat Pikachu, I always you can do it really fast if you look over there.
You can do what really fast?
Defeat Queen Gomer in Ocarina of Time. If you look onto her before she starts climbing, then you
Oh.
have the reticle hook on her the whole time when you want to shoot her with the slingshot,
Ah,
and you can do it in like one cycle.
nice. I did not know that. Where is he? I do not like fighting these bosses with half a heart crap. This is nerve-wracking. But I keep pulling it off. I'll take it.
You have to defeat him the second time if you want to complete that side quest.
For fairies?
The front choir.
Oh! I'll worry about that on a different
Yeah. I
cycle.
didn't realize it's probably shaped like a jar, you know.
Yeah. Oh, come on, give me some hearts. Really?
The interesting thing that Minish Cap did was make it so that every time you break a jar for rupees or hearts, that's the Minish right there.
Yeah, that was another origin story for Zelda stuff.
That's something that never needed an explanation. I
Right.
can agree with you.
Right.
People put things in pots, I don't have a problem.
Little guy. So when I was trying to fight him, I kept going up or down, like, to the inversion.
Yeah.
It was really messing me up. I would really like to not listen to this either. What does the map have to say? I am here. Okay,
So take a right and another right.
well, the glowing one's where I am, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it right?
I think on the elevator.
Oh, I'm not heavy enough to press it down as a peak.
That's cute.
I like that.
It's interesting that the Majora mask is on there too, so he set up the puzzles. Oh, and the shortcut apparently.
I think there's a part of Majora that wants to get caught.
Yeah.
It's like a child that's throwing a tantrum because they really want the attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I already come down here, or did I? Come through here.
I think this is the bus room. It's currently closed off. Oh yeah, you have to do the bow through the fire thing.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's got to spin. How do I get it to start spinning? Oh.
I think where you were.
Switch down here. Can I jump to that?
Go for it. Remember what I said earlier. I think you can. I think that was a bad angle.
I think I need the flower over there.
Perhaps. There is a. I think you can just go up this way. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I think as well it has to do with his relationship to the first deity, right? Because the intention is that you get the first deity mask and you defeat him that way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you as the hero who will become the first deity. Encouraging you along towards him.
My favorite thing about things like this is the now. I wouldn't want to.
If Majora represents the moon, does the first deity represent the sun?
Maybe. The sun is often worshipped.
When the sun and moon are in alignment, when you have the final battle.
Well, there's a crescent moon on the Fierce Deity's chest, though. So I don't know what that's about. If he's a sun god.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I hit the button.
Maybe the first deity represents the sun, but
Yeah.
putting them out of alignment is a thing the sun would do. I don't know.
I don't know.
It reminds me of
fire. That's what I gotta do.
Reminds me of an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation called Masks, ironically,
Yeah.
where this like god being starts taking over the ship, and it's like one of like literally what I'm talking about. One of them represents the moon, and it's kind of like it needs that sun counterpart to fight with and like battle for the position over the earth. You know?
Yeah.
It's that kind of non-dual idea of like you need both, but they're odds.
Right.
So they're opposite, but then very opposite.
I'm so dumb. I could have done this right here from the start.
Can you? Maybe. Yeah, it doesn't line up that way.
It'll be fine if I didn't waste all my arrows.
And if the stick wasn't so janky.
It really is. And this is not an old controller, it's barely used.
I think it's more to do with the sensitivity of the input for the game.
It is, yeah, it does.
At least it doesn't do it like gliding back towards the center thing and using the bow.
Right.
Now you shoot that other brazier through. Yeah. I gotta admit, I like this puzzle. It's as difficult as it can be, because it's more of a skill thing.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the complaints about Breath of the Wild, but look, here's an environmental puzzle.
Right.
Yeah, this kind of thing definitely.
There's a lot of good about Breath of the Wild. It's just not true. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've had enough of elevators. I want something like that. Just take me where I want to go.
Right. Oh, there's another room.
I hate this room.
At least I have a bow now. No more bubbles. Really?
Hey.
Alright. I'm getting tired of listening to this guy screaming.
See, now he really is laughing, mocking you. You can't get to me. It's hella annoying.
I don't know why I did that. Oh, I gotta go up these ledges.
That's actually quite clever design right there. In case you didn't know that they were there.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's there in case you fall into the water and you do it. So that's the second purpose.
Ooh.
Oh, that's why I hate this room. That's why I hate this room. I'm like, I know I hate this room. Can't quite put my finger on why. That's why.
That didn't do nothing.
I think you just gotta kind of go around his. I see you too, buddy.
There's another one.
Sharpshooter.
I'm starting to get the trick of it. I can't even see that crystal.
They're on a timer as well, I think. So if you shoot the closest one and the further one, you will be on a timer between.
Yeah. Come on. Gotcha. Oh. What's the point of that? I really don't want to waste all my arrows trying to get this close.
You know what's interesting to me?
What's that?
People complain about the water temple because of having to like go into the menu and the boots take them off again. But like you're doing that all the time with the masks in this game, and I've never heard that as a criticism.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think you want to do it from there because of the timer.
Well, I thought maybe I could get higher. No. Okay. The timer was too. Is this gonna be high enough? I think so.
I see Distance.
There's nothing closer. I don't understand. There's nothing closer, right?
I think you're supposed to step on the first 5 color. But you're right, there's quite a distance between them.
I think I need to get to that flower. No!
Oh!
Oh! I'll take it.
All in time too.
I'll take it. Does those bastard Skulltula come back? No.
I don't think so.
Oh. Now, here's me hoping I can defeat this guy without a fairy.
There'll always be hearts in the pots in the boss. So. That's been a consistent thing across the games as well. We should probably have taken a look at that door a bit.
Lotus flower.
Yeah.
Mandala.
Straight up look.
Here we go.
Look at him. See, he's got that wide mouth. The statues have got that. Oh, this witch is right there. Like a rallying cry.
Just in case. Oh!
We're all gonna die. It's always weird.
You're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
There's only 2 of us in here, dude.
I don't know if I remember these.
We're very Goma. Yes. Now this I remember. No. Okay. Am I starting from scratch? Oh man.
Is it okay if we cut this off after the fight, or after the temple?
After do what? Oh, finish
After
here?
the temple, is it okay if we leave it there for the night?
I was hoping you'd say that. Sounds perfect.
Alright.
Yeah. No, I thought this would be a perfect. Well, I hope I do. Okay, I can get hearts from these guys.
Something very creepy about that, like, you hear like the birds
What, the bomb flowers? Oh. This is not working out the way I hoped. Come on. If I can keep him doing this, I think I'm good. What am I supposed to do? Come on.
It could also be, I'm working on my diet.
I'm on a diet. I don't know how I'm not dead. Oh, okay. My hands are sweaty.
It's quite an intense fight.
I don't remember it being that hard. Oh. Should we call it here, or do you want to go through the cutscene?
Go through the cutscene and
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Make sure you can save the game.
True. I do like this mask a lot, though.
Just like leave it at the point where, you know, you're starting the next 3 days.
Yeah. No, I was thinking that would be a good place to cut it off. Hey, thanks for doing this with me, man. This was fun.
Yeah.
I want to do
For inviting me.
more podcast-like stuff. I just never, like, if I'm doing this stuff on my own, streaming something, I never say anything. I never know what to say. So.
Yeah.
I always thought this was really good, cool scene. Just, what is this place?
It reminds me of the like primordial tree area in Dark Souls.
I've never played Dark Souls.
No?
No. I've seen some of it, but I wouldn't recognize what you're talking about. These are cool looking creatures here.
It's kind of like a place before creation, you know?
Yeah. It's saying something. Don't just stand there. She sure is bossy for being... needing my help.
I think she's supposed to be quite a contrast to Navi. It's like you're looking for Navi, you find this little fairy, and she's a Brit.
Well, giving her the little ding 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 sound instead of the hey, listen. was definitely a good
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
They listened to people's complaints.
Oh, for some reason that reminds me of Wind Waker. There's you know the choo-choos, the choos. They're not called choo-choos, choos.
Oh yeah, the choo choo. Yeah.
Yeah, they the sound that they make is like a conversation in an office or something that was like sped up and then reversed, and that's the sound they make. So it's like people arguing in like a conference room.
That's cool. I want this to be my alarm.
Don't know. It's got quite a sleepy sound to it.
Well,
So I
remember,
don't
we're
want to
waking
wake
them
up.
up.
That's true. My current alarm sound is the Persona 5 prison area theme.
Oh, nice.
Like the dream sequence.
Yeah. Mine's just regular old ring.
Mm.
When I use one, I don't often use one. I love that. That's so cool. With Dalian. Oh yeah, I put her in a bottle. It took me forever the first time I played this to think about putting. You wouldn't think to
You would
put her in
never,
a bottle.
yeah, intuitive. It's like a point and click game.
Yeah.
Do something that makes no sense to me.
I just remember running around this room trying to figure out what to do, and just.
I like this little animation of her like wandering off in her own head, and then like, are you paying attention?
Yeah. Oh, now she's remorseful. Your horse, I apologize. They really made it seem like Epona was dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get our one and only princess. I love that. It's such a cool character design. These Dekus, how they made them.
She's even got like it's like the Gerudo princess has the pants, the like white pants.
Yeah, yeah. I just love the Deku scrub design for just a creature. I wish they were in more games.
It's like Dragon Quest does that as well. Like sometimes the monsters are their own like civilization. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just like mindless things.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it took me. I think I did it by accident the first time I ever did it. So it's so sick.
Doesn't she say though? Like, do you have something you can carry?
Yeah, but I was 12. I couldn't figure it out. I was looking for like a.
No. I know it's very like not intuitive.
Yeah. You know what's great is now you can swim. Even though once you reach that time, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Someone in a video essay said like you've never really finished the game unless you go and do all the things.
Right.
I think that was it. I saw a video where someone tried to beat the game in one cycle. Obviously after you get the ocarina and actually leave Cocktail. Technically 2 cycles.
Now, I'm getting tired, so I'm not going to do the Riku Butler part. I can always come back and do it another time.
I actually forget how you save. In the 3DS, I think you save with the owl statues.
Oh my! I love that sound effect. I swear it's from an early Mario game.
Yeah, sounds like something a chain jump would say.
Yeah, you're right. I love it. Oh, Mr. Monkey. Yeah, I saw.
She's from Louisiana or something.
I swear, I thought they were sheep the first time I played.
Yeah. Let that monkey go. What monkey?
Oh, they're talking about the Deacon Butler tribe. All right, that's good enough for me. Let me hit us with the last. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. And would you be interested in doing this maybe next week?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
We'll plan on doing another Saturday night. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
If it could be around the same time, that would be great.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And we're no longer live. Okay.